that you love me, baby. Girl, what you tell me that you love me, baby. Girl, what you on? Tell me that you love me, baby. Girl, what you on? She says she like the vibe.
Welcome back, guys. This is episode 10.
Episode 10.
So we're gonna get this rolling. Usually I do introductions, but I'm gonna pass it off to my man Quincy over here.
Yes, sir. So here we got is Kayla Worden. But today, everyone, we're in here, her home. She's a proud mom of 3, the heart and soul behind the best bar in town, a devoted wife, an amazing boss, and one of the most genuine friends you could ever ask for. Her energy is contagious. Her leadership is inspiring, and a smile that can light up anyone's darkness or darkest day. If you look up the definition of her in the dictionary, you'll find her picture right there, and that her, everyone, is the one and only Kayla Worden.
Oh yeah, that was so nice.
What's up?
Not much.
Oh yeah, how you feeling?
Good.
Obviously, thank you for, we had some difficulties, the first time. So obviously, thank you for making the time to come back and get this rolling again. So
Of course. I enjoyed it. So I'm excited that we're going to do it again.
How you feeling today?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the babies?
Crazy. But
Yeah?
Yeah, that's just life,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, but pretty much, obviously, like, this is our second time rolling through this, but we want to get you, back to it. Obviously, we know who Kayla is, the awesome Kayla, the queen, the queen of PBR. But obviously, like, let's get to the people know you. So how was, like, you growing up?
All right. Start from the beginning. So when I was younger, like 2 years oldish, my parents were divorced. So I really don't know life with my parents being together by any means. Obviously, there's like pictures and stuff, but I had a very blessed childhood. My mom is an identical twin. So her and her twin, they were inseparable till I was about 14 years old. So we lived together. So I got 2 of the best moms, and they made our childhood just wonderful. Just the little things that they did the big things that they did. My dad still is a private pilot. So I didn't see him as much, but when I did see him, he made up for all the times that we weren't together. So took us on like lots of cool trips and things like that. He's seen the whole world, and that's all he wants for us is to see as much as he's seen. But growing up, it was just me, my sister, and my cousins in a house, just kind of, being kids, running around the neighborhood and doing things like that. I just very close with my family, still to this day, but growing up, even just the 2 cousins I lived with, all of our other cousins were at our house almost every Friday. It was, just very wholesome.
Oh yeah.
Big family.
Yeah. Big
family. Yeah.
You do have a sister that works here, right? Correct?
I do. Haley.
Shout out Haley.
Shout out Hales.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did give her a 5, though.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Because remember how I had to leave really quick? So I was like, I feel bad. I know, like, you give her, like, they do whatever, that 20%, whatever. I don't care. Still gave her a $5 bill. I was like, here.
I'm sure she appreciated that for sure.
She said, no. I was like, no, take the money.
Yeah. So what? You have one sister, or do you have?
No. So I have lots of siblings. So my dad, when he remarried when I was younger, my stepmom, she had a son, my brother, and then her and my dad together had a daughter. So, and then my mom remarried when I was 14, and he had 2 children. So I gained 2 more stepchildren. And then when I was also 14, we had found out that my dad had a baby when he was 13 when she was pregnant, and then 14 when she had the baby. And so she was around like 18 years old or so when we found out that she was definitely older than that. She found out when she was 18. But so we found out that we had another sibling. I met her a few times, and things just didn't really click. She liked to hold a grudge against my dad for not being part of her life when he was 13, 14 years old. And I wasn't a fan of that. So
Understandable.
I don't have a relationship with her at all. And then after 25 years, my dad and my stepmom divorced, and he has a new fiance now who has a 17-year-old daughter. So I gained another sister as of a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
So I have, how many sisters?
A lot.
Technically 4, but 3, and then, 4. So technically 5, but 4 sisters and then 2 stepbrothers.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say the one thing that like, because I remember you talked about like with him not being in her life. Well, like her mom wasn't really in her life either, because like you said about how.
So her mom was in her life, but when she was 18, who she thought were her parents came to her to tell her that her sister was actually her biological mom.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she got to be a part because she was a part as like a sister though, but it wasn't a mother.
It wasn't a mother. And
Yeah.
I totally get like the hostility of like who were, like my whole life is a lie, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like you should try to be positive and go forward with that and like maybe get to know them rather than just.
People make mistakes.
Exactly.
And I mean, he was young.
Yeah. When you're, 14 and somebody comes up to you with a paper that says, hey, sign this and you don't have to take care of a baby. Of course, you're 14 years old.
Yeah.
You're just like
You can't even drive yet.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. How am I going to get to my kid? How am I going to take my kid to doctor appointments?
you know?
Literally.
So, yeah, she just, I don't know, maybe down the road, eventually we can come to an understanding. But as of now, my dad's just too nice of a guy and I don't like him getting taken advantage of. And I feel like she did that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was it like growing up with a big family? Because I have a big family. I know you have a big family. What was your experience like?
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have changed it for the world. Like going back to siblings, my cousins, they're my cousins, but just growing up, we were always in the same house. So they are like my brother and sister. And even like the app 23andMe says that they're my half siblings because my mom and my aunt's genetics are, I think it's 0.003% different. Like they are identical twins.
Mm-hmm.
And
That'd
so
be crazy.
right. But they like Friday nights when boxing was a huge thing. We just, every Friday, the whole family would come over and us cousins would just get to, play and hang out while the grownups watched the boxing. And then we always begged to have slumber parties with, I think there was how many of us cousins at that time? Like 10. And my mom and my aunt were always like, no, everybody can go to their separate family, like houses. We don't need to have a slumber party every Friday, but sometimes they would give in and we got the slumber party.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
they ever trick you guys?
My mom and my aunt.
Yeah, like
So,
saying like, flip flop.
I could tell them apart my entire life. They look different to me, obviously. But my aunt is a teacher and my mom, she has her substitute license. So she would substitute in her class and her kids never she would try to be like, I'm the twin, but they wouldn't get it. So she just would always play it off that she was my aunt. Like her students never knew that they had a sub.
That's crazy.
They just thought that it was the
So
same
your mom
person.
used to always sub for her when
Yep.
she would be out.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That'd be
though.
kind of scary too, honestly.
Right?
It's like,
You're
isn't
getting a
this-
sub today. Oh, my teacher just walked in. What the hell?
Literally.
Yeah, imagine her just like walking the door and it's like, hold on.
Hold up.
Could you imagine yourself with a twin? Did you ever think like maybe there's another Kayla out there?
No, one and only right here. No, no. When Cody and I were wanting to have babies, there was a part of me that was like, I might be able to have twins because they say it skips
That'd
a
be so cool,
generation.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always say that my sister got that gene. She doesn't want kids, so I'm like, she probably has it and doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine like having like 2 Codys and then 2 Kaylas?
That'd be crazy.
It would be crazy.
Have you ever heard that story? Like, so they had two set of twins and they dated each other
Yeah,
and then had kids. And then they had twins or some crazy. And then like all of them, like they were considered brothers and sisters.
yeah. Like literally, if I pull up it says that, and what's even crazy on my 23andMe is it says that I share more DNA with my aunt than I do with my mom. Which, if you guys knew my mom and my aunt and then like met me, I am like a copy and paste of my aunt. She's type A, needs to be in control, things like that. And that's me. Like when I was younger, she always got up. She was the first one awake every day. And I wanted to be in control so bad that I would wake up 20 minutes before her so I could take a shower first and like try to like get everybody's backpacks ready and all this stuff. And thinking back on it now, I'm like, man, if my kids did that, that's like my routine in the morning. Like, stop messing up my routine. This is my time. And I was always just right there with her, just trying to do exactly what she's doing. Sometimes even before her, as control.
You think one of the babies is going to turn into like that?
Pearl.
Pearl?
Yeah, our middle. She's me to a T.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. She can't help it.
Do you think so? Doc, right?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna be like Cody?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He looks just like Cody.
He does, especially when he cries.
Oh,
Him and Cody have the same cry face.
I've seen like some pictures and stuff because like I don't really get on Facebook anymore as
Yeah.
much, and I got more on social media now because of Drake, but like usually I just watch TikToks and Instagram reels.
For sure.
But like I've been scrolling through Facebook and I see him. I'm like, dang, them kids are growing.
They're growing so fast.
The Cody's profile picture, I love it. When they're both like their arms crossed.
In the
Yeah.
tux, yeah.
What event was that?
It was his cousin Molly's wedding.
Okay.
So we were all part of it. I was a bridesmaid. Cody was an usher. And then Doc was a ring bearer and the girls were flower girls.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a beautiful wedding.
Hey,
So much fun.
Doc looks just like Cody in that. Like just the whole like the face, everything. I was like when I was scrolling through, I getting all Cody's like info I could get. I was just like, dude, this is like there's no
mini-me.
no DNA needed.
Yeah.
This is like, you just see him. It's just like imagine Cody at like this Doc at 16. It's like I remember Cody back in high school.
Oh, I hope Doc's not like Cody at 16.
Bro, that's
but-
like Scar to you.
Yeah,
Like I know it's like Scar's like a woman version of you.
I know. That's when I
Is that your oldest daughter?
yeah
Yeah.
when I first like obviously we were going to the time I was just like this potentially not be my child. Then I saw her, I was like, damn.
That's mine.
I was like, that's fine.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, like my mom asked me, she's like, "Is it yours?" And I was like, "Oh, it is." I don't
Look at her, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need a DNA. It's yeah. Then when Kyrie came out, there was no question about it. I was like, yeah. And Cammy looks just like Stephanie, so I still got the resemblance, but it's like this is all Sedona right here, man.
Yeah.
So-
Cammy looks like her mom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
to the
100%.
T.
Yeah, to the T.
Yeah,
And then like, but the other two, like they look more like you. I mean, Kyrie kind of looks like his mom.
yeah.
And,
Oh
like,
yeah.
he resembles his mom, but he has that like darker skin.
Mm-hmm.
Scar.
Your twin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. I don't know if you've seen my 2-year-old. Like my kids, like just like me.
Just like you.
Yeah.
It's not just the best. Like when you're looking at them and you're like, you're just a mini version of me and you don't even know it yet.
I remember she said something crazy, just saying like, oh, like I hope she looks just like me. See, like, my first child was like, so she like, you remember, and I was like, I don't care. I'm not gonna remember you. I'm gonna look at my daughter.
Yeah.
But then she looks just like me, so I'm like laughing at her face,
That's always the best though. Like obviously, like when you have that little dispute with your child's mother and everything like that, it's like regardless of what happens, like this baby gonna look like me.
Yeah.
So, but like let's get into like what were you like in school?
In school,
What school did you go to?
I went to Blessed Sacrament till 5th grade.
Okay.
Well, 4th grade. 5th grade, I went to Lincoln because Catholic schools just got real expensive for the family. So all of us cousins, because we all went to Blessed Sacrament, everybody moved into public school, which I know hurt my grandparents a lot because they both went to Blessed Sacrament, both graduated from Heelan. My grandma taught at Blessed Sacrament for 36 years, but it was too expensive. So went to Lincoln, and then I was the last 6th grade class at Hoover, because then Hoover closed down, and then I went to North Middle, and then went to North High.
Nice.
Oh, so Hoover. Okay, so was that like
Hoover,
they had 6th grade all the way up to 6th grade?
Hoover had 6th, 7th, and 8th. It was middle school, and then Woodrow had 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then in high school, Woodrow and Hoover mixed for North.
Oh,
So North
okay.
had 2 middle schools.
Okay, got you. That's why I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
And then we were the last 6th grade class at Hoover, and then I was the first 7th grade class at North Middle.
At the new school. Right? Yeah.
What were you like in school?
A great student.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't let her lie to you.
I followed the rules. When we went to conferences, it was like the teachers wanted to adopt me. That's just how good of
Really?
a student I was. Yeah. I got great grades, did all that. I was a varsity football cheerleader in high school, on the dance squad. I danced at Sandy Keen's my entire childhood. I was a good kid.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
What was one of your fondest moments of like high school career or like your childhood? Let's get into like childhood first, and we'll get into like the school year.
So childhood fondest moments. So, like the trips that my dad took me on.
Yep.
But then also like little things that my mom and my aunt would do. So we had a pool and a hot tub in our backyard. And in the wintertime, they would read us our bedtime stories in the hot tub. And our laundry room was way down in the basement. And this house my aunt still lives there. It's like 5 stairs upstairs, and then you're on the main floor, 5 stairs downstairs. You're on like a first basement, and then you go 5 more stairs down and you're in the basement. And they would put towels in the dryer And so when we got done with our stories, they would have heated towels for us to get out with, but they also would make a path of heated towels back to our house so that none of our feet had to get cold.
Hell yeah.
So just,
That's lit.
little things like
That
that.
is,
Yeah,
honestly.
they were the best moms in the world.
I would
Hell
have been
yeah.
like, hell yeah. Like just getting out and you're still warm. Like
Yeah.
the snow's
Almost
everywhere.
even warmer because you have like a, heated towel wrapped around you. I now to this day heat our kids' towels every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't have to go into the basement. I have like a little towel warmer because that's they made those now. But
Yeah.
yeah,
What
Wakes
did you
up early.
I try to.
What did you think? Did you kind of like inherit it? Kind of your kind of like mom's like parenting style?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, yep. They definitely like coddled me and stuff, and that's just me as a mom. I would say.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So your dad's a private pilot?
private pilot. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So have you ever thought about like trying to learn how to fly?
No, no.
Is it scary? Like kind of.
Not scary. My ears pop every time I'm in an airplane.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he does it on the daily. He can like hold his nose and pop his ears out where
That shit hurts. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. I could never
I
do
do
that.
That shit hurts.
No,
Even like the gum thing.
Yeah, it's the swallowing. It's not even like so much the gum. It's like the swallowing motion that's supposed to help. But I learned that if I wear like headphones like this, that helps. But yeah, there's never been a point in my life where I'm like, I want to be a pilot. My dad, he's great at his job. I know like deep down he misses, like he not disappointed, but definitely there's a part of him that he's like, man, I missed a lot of their childhood because he was always
Yeah.
on trips and stuff. But like I said, he made it up for like when we were with him, he made sure we were having a wonderful time, had everything that we ever wanted. Like he was a great dad.
Oh yeah, that's like the best thing. It's like I never knew my biological dad. He kind of just wanted to go do off his own thing.
Yeah.
And so like now being the parent I am today, it's like obviously like I have super young, 21 years old, having your first kid. Trying to understand like I never had a dad.
Yeah.
I grew up with a single mom, and then obviously watched her get sick on, and just kind of learn trying to like seeing how she would kind of parent. So now I'm trying to still figure out how to try to still be a parent. Even like do you think you still learn as you still process, or are you still kind of just like okay, like I know what I'm doing?
No, definitely learning process almost day to day, I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely still learning with everything.
yeah. What would be like your biggest like obviously like we're guys and you're a mom, so like what would be like your kind of like advice to like us men to be like a better parent?
I feel like I don't know how old you guys are, if you guys are like considered millennials.
I'm 30 and he's 28 now.
Are you guys considered millennials? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I
I mean,
don't
we're
know.
not much younger than you.
No, I'm 33. So
Yeah. So, I mean,
But-
Drake, we're right there with you.
Yeah.
I feel like my dad, and so my aunt, her husband was my uncle. He was always lived with us too, and neither like they weren't changing diapers, they weren't doing things like that. That was just like the mother job to do. And watching Cody, like Cody probably has changed more diapers than I have. Like he
Oh, really?
just very hands on. And I think that's like just our generation. I feel like we just much more like the dads are just more hands on than what they used to be in the past.
Okay. So I have a question on that. Like, so like if mom changed diaper, dad changed diapers, cool. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
back and forth. But like, if a mom's doing a little bit more than the dad, sometimes like how do you like, obviously I know that you talked about like you and Cody are kind of like both hands on, both do both same work, you know? But does it help like with the work you got going on and stuff? Like, cause you guys own the bar and then like, I know you guys have to work and stuff and still do work.
No, definitely. I'm very grateful for how hands-on Cody is for sure. People like say like it's 50-50. I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's 100-100. And some days he might put in more that day and some days I might put in more. Today, for instance, how sick I was. I felt bad, but I was in bed most of the day. And like in the mornings, I always get the girls ready. He always gets Doc ready. And then we like meet up in the kitchen and we do breakfast and we just each have our own roles every morning. And today he had to do every single role because I couldn't physically get out of bed yet. So it's just, things like that. You and your partner, you got to be efficient together.
Well, yeah, because my fiance, she like, obviously we have a newborn,
Yeah.
so she's been doing a lot of more of the like taking care of her at night type
Okay.
of deal. But because like the only reason why, like, I mean, I want to help, I just get so like, I don't know, I need to go figure out something to not be so drained at night. Because when I go to sleep, I'm like,
Yeah.
like it's hard for me to wake up until it's the morning. But she's not working right now. She's taking the time off, and then I'm working still. So
See, so Cody and I, we had this app that we used, and that way I could like, let's say it was my turn to wake up. I could get on the app and see that Cody had fed the baby at this time and changed the diaper because we would mark all those things. And so I wouldn't have to wake him up and be like, hey, what did you do? Blah, blah, blah. And so that app worked out really nicely for us. If that would have been the case where like I was going to be at home all day with the baby and I knew that and I knew that he had to wake up and go to work in the morning and work 8 hours or so and then come home, I would be the one waking up throughout the night. But that wasn't the case for us. So we took turns the entire time. Yeah. All 3 babies.
And that's where like, if I would say if me and Drake were like, we had this full time, like we didn't have to work, I'd
be up with the baby.
Yeah, I'd be up with the baby. I don't mind.
But like your fiance being a stay-at-home wife, she can take a nap during the day if she needs to with the baby and things like that. And it just Cody and I's life was like the way that we do things is a lot different than most people. And I
wish I had a year this way because I mean, you guys.
We got it down. We're pretty efficient with it, I would say.
Like you guys got your jobs and like, the owning the bar and then like your house and
thankfully like during the day, the kids can come down here with us. It's not like one of us has to, but then like obviously bartending wise, once the bar opens, we don't have the kids down here, but that's us taking turns. And then weekends, him and I are both here. We work 2 12s in a row, Fridays and Saturdays. And my aunt and my mom, they take turns taking our kids.
Really?
So like one night, one of them gets the kids. The next night, the other one gets the kids. So,
but they love it probably.
If they could, they would take the kids full time, I think. But yeah, that both of them, they kind of fight over who gets them Friday night, who gets them Saturday night, and it's pretty funny. But the kids get a lot of grandma time, that's for sure.
Is there a favorite grandma?
No, I think they both have their perks.
Okay.
Yep. One has my mom. She has 2 dogs. And so like the kids love going over there to play with the dogs and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then her sister, so they call my mom grandma and they call her sister Jima and then her husband Gigi.
Yeah.
They are definitely they can't say no. So like if I gave my kids my phone, they would know how to scroll to Amazon and pick out exactly what they want because my aunt has taught them that Amazon comes in 2 days. You can pick out whatever you want. And I'm always like, save that for Christmas, save that for a birthday. And her thing is, that's what grandmas do. Grandmas are supposed to give them things. And I'm like, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was going to ask, so like with that be like, so you guys work 12 hours, right? So like when you guys get off your shift, do you guys just go home and then take a little nap and then go pick up the kids and restart the next day? Or do you?
Nope. So they stay the night. So we drop them off on a Friday and we don't pick them up till Sunday.
Gotcha.
Unless there's like 2 weekends ago, we wanted to go to a pumpkin patch. So him and I slept maybe 4 hours, got up, went and picked the kids up, drove them like an hour and a half away, went to this pumpkin patch, and then dropped them back off, went home, got ready, and then came back for another 12.
Oh, I just went to Dallas for the first time.
Oh, it's so big.
It's so big, but it was awesome. Like, it's just like, people are like, oh, I thought it at first, like, when we get
it's expensive.
$40 to get in.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, all the stuff that you can do, it's free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's a cool pumpkin patch, but because it's so big, like eventually when our kids are older, we'll go back there because we took them there when they were really young. And I was like, why did we do this? Because, half the time they're in the stroller, they're not really even enjoying it. But so we went to like this smaller one. It's called, what is it called? Can't even
Scarecrow?
No, it's right by Yankton. Can't think of the name, but it's really cool because it's like they built it into a bowl almost. Oh, really? So like you could like sit up at the top and see everything that your kids are doing, like you don't have to worry really, but yeah, eventually we'll make it back to Vala's.
Yeah. Well, and that's like, so I've never been to a pumpkin patch ever.
What?
Ever in my life.
Your childhood, you never went to pumpkin patches?
No.
Oh my goodness.
So
Did you? For real?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I've been excited.
Poor city, let's say that.
So Carson, my buddy,
Yeah.
So Carson, him and his girlfriend were going, and I was like, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I just like, I texted Bailey and I was like, I was at work at the time and I was like, if Britt lets me go home early, let's go to Ballas. Let's go do it.
See it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it was just me and then our newborn and whatever. So newborn, I mean, it was more for me.
Yeah. The newborn was in the stroller and yeah.
I wanted to check it out, and it was awesome.
But
It was-
like the food, the drinks, I mean, everything that they have is just, it's cool.
yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean, we had those, what are they called? Like that orchard. It's like Angry Orchard, but it's like their version, you know, where
Yeah.
they have all the different flavors. Expensive. Not gonna lie to you. Holy crap. It's like yay big, and it's $10.
Yeah, I know. I've been there when Scarlett was like 8 months.
Yeah, it's similar,
And it was like
you know?
Scarlett was like 8 months. So she was like obviously still trying to figure everything out, but it's just
Yeah.
like, why the hell are we here?
You know, that's what we
Yeah.
took a 3-year-old, and she obviously had a wonderful time. Pearl was still in the stroller, but I was like, man, we don't need to bring her. Like, we're just not there yet. But like going with adults, that would be a wonderful time.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I looked at Carson. I was like, listen, we gotta like they did it as adults. You know, it was their date, so I didn't like bother them until the end, and then we met up. But I was like, Carson, we gotta like come, like me, you know, like,
Yeah.
as a group,
As a
and,
group.
like, just go do it. And he's like, all right, we can do it. Like, cause I think just getting messed up and just doing all the
For
fun
sure.
things.
Yeah, because isn't Omaha having that like an adult night?
The zoo too.
Is that zoo at night or something like that?
For Halloween they are.
No, in general they do.
Oh, yeah. I've never been there for that. I know like the Omaha Zoo, they'll do like zoo lights for Halloween and then zoo lights for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys have never been with your kids, you have to go.
Okay,
It's so cool.
I'll have
Yeah.
to check it out.
Yeah.
But I know, but the adult night that he's talking about, so they'll bring out like stands and stuff, or like the stands will fill up beer, and like you can go around and get drunk.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So what? So you went to North. Let's get back into that. So what was North like back then? Obviously, like, you're not that. I'm just
Yeah.
just saying,
No,
like,
no, it's been a while for sure. I thought North was great. Like, you know, I feel like every high school has like their different cliques or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But for the most part, everybody got along with everybody. North was, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And because I went to Blessed Sacrament for 4 years, I still had all those friends that, you know, I had in those 4 years. So I loved my high school life for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Carson said too, because Carson went to North.
Yeah.
And he said he loved it. Just like the environment. It's kind of like how West is. And like he just said it was good.
Just everybody got along.
Yeah. East,
You know, you still had your like 7:30 a.m. fist fights in the breakfast area. Like, what the hell are we doing? One of my good friends being usually the one that was fighting, but it was okay. You know, that's just what he loved to do. So
Yeah.
East wasn't like that though. Like East was very clicky.
was it?
Yeah, it was very clicky. You had your, you know, preps, you had what you see in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was. And you know, like East was kind of like, I don't know, I would say shit. Sorry for cussing, but shitty. Because they had always like brought other kids from other schools and trying to play football and trying to do this.
Yeah.
And like these kids always had this big ego because they're like, oh, I'm the big shot, you know.
They brought me here for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about like ever like leaving North potentially? Because everyone everything going on now. It's like you see it. You obviously you read it and probably stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like back then when you were like, I probably could have went to East or I
No.
probably could have went to Healing.
No, that never, even like transferring from Blessed Sacrament to Lincoln, that never was like a thought in my head in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Loyal to the soil.
go
Hell
North
yeah.
Stars, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Now where we live, we're right on the like line of West and North District. So we get to pick which one our kids go to. So constantly him and I are like going back to back, like, no, they're going to be North Stars. No, they're going to be West Wolverines, you know,
Yeah.
but
Which one are you kind of?
North Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I signed Viola up for Future Stars basketball. Like I'm just slowly already getting her in there. So
You think Cody's gonna kind of just like, you know what? I'll let her ride.
I think it will come down to kind of like, because the elementary school that they go to is a feeder for both. It's Perry Creek.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it will come down to like how many of their friends are maybe going to a certain school, or like let's say Viola's just a very good volleyball player, and at that time North is just offering a better volleyball team. Maybe we'll go there. Or maybe, you know, North just gets really bad, and then we just hear lots of horror stories, so we end up going to West. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the girls are gonna go to, like, not saying like this is what happened, but the girls are gonna go to North, and then Doc's gonna go to West.
I was asking me my next question was like, what if the girl's like, I want to go to North, and Doc's like, I'm going to West.
I'd be like, buddy, you're wearing the same colors your sisters are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. You guys are all going to the same school.
Cody and Doc are wearing green. It's like,
Me and the girls are wearing
Yeah.
red, white, and blue.
so
Yeah.
you're outnumbered. So, you know, oh man, that's
Shoot.
great. But Do you have a question?
I was gonna say it's probably great for Cody. Like, so I loved being a girl dad.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I really wanted a boy. This is the next one, that just happened. But I love being a girl dad. I'm not hating on it, but I bet it's just like living Cody's like he has 2 girls, and then he has his boy.
So it's funny that you say that. So we did like huge gender reveals for all 3 of our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, so the first one, the only person that knew was my sister and his mom.
Okay.
And then, so Haley like poured a shot out and it was pink. And that's how we found out. The second one, Cody was the only one that knew the gender. And we did like a whole setup, like almost like a draft day kind of thing. Like we had the da-na-na-na-na-na, like the pick is in. And then we had 2 hats, a blue and a pink hat. And then he picked up a pink hat. So we all knew it was a girl. The third one, the only person that knew was my cousin Becca. And she, I told her exactly how I wanted it. It was at Christmas time. We had a big, huge like present over here that was wrapped. And Thomas was the blow up baby.
Shout out
And
Tommy.
so shout out Thomas. And so I had a girl and a boy blow up costume because I didn't know obviously which one to get. And Becca like put him in it and put him in the present. And then once it came down, like Thomas popped out and like did some obnoxious dancing, whatever. But it was a boy, obviously. And that morning, I just remember getting ready. And Cody doesn't like, he doesn't get stressed. Like he doesn't show stress at all. And he just looks stressed. And I was like, dude, what? Like, what is going on? And he looked at me and said, Kayla, I know it's another girl. He said, that's 3 weddings we have to pay for. You realize that? And I was like, that's what you're thinking about right now? And then obviously Thomas popped out and it was a boy. And I mean, we're all very excited, but I think Cody and Thomas were probably the most hype at the entire gender reveal.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
What?
3 weddings I got to pay for.
That's 3 weddings you got to pay for.
Holy.
Yeah. Yeah, I told Cody, I said, our kids will never see pictures from our wedding because I don't want them to have high expectations. Like, unless Papa's still around to help mommy and daddy out. Like, yeah.
Unless you guys hit the lottery. Then,
yeah.
Have whatever you want.
Literally.
Did you, the question I have is, were you expecting a third girl? Or were you kind of like, I'm praying for a boy?
I kind of, like, there was a small part of me that thought it was a boy.
Yeah.
But a bigger part of me that thought it was another girl.
What made you think of that?
Just because I had like kind of the same emotions and just sickness and stuff that I had with the girls. Mm-hmm. But I really didn't have all that morning sickness. Like I loved being pregnant. After I had Doc, I was like, I could be a surrogate for people because I enjoyed it that much. I mean, I did it back to back to back, like 3 years in a row, just pregnant,
Really hated it. She this one, it was like rough.
It was a rough one.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Yeah, I never really experienced that, which, I'm happy that I did
Blessed.
it, but blessed, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Cody was blessed.
Yeah. He did get to see the crazy, like that's like the crazy hormones. He had to handle those. Like that's, yeah.
Was he just kind of like a,
yeah,
I'm trying.
I mean, like McDonald's Coke was just top notch to me for some reason.
Same for Bailey.
And I remember I went there, or I sent him there. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And he got home and he was like, baby, their pop machine was down. Like, I'm sorry, and I'm mad because in my head, I'm like, motherfucker, there's another McDonald's 2 blocks down on Hamilton. Like, you didn't even go there, But I was fine. I went to sleep, whatever. The next night, craving McDonald's pop again. And it was always late at night that I would crave it. And so I went to the McDonald's and I remember going through the drive-thru and there was this, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that Stone Park McDonald's, but there used to be a guy that worked there overnight that was just a fucking dickhead.
Kind of like a Mexican homie?
I don't know exactly what.
Talk to Josh?
No. He talked like really like.
Yeah, he had kind of the accent.
Yeah. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
I'm not trying to like say it in this way, but like he's on the downwards. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
When you guys said accent, I didn't know where we were going with that. But yes, that guy.
His name's Josh.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yes.
He was always a douche. Like I told him one time, like, because we pulled up and he was like, oh, we're only accepting cash. I was like, all right, I'm leaving. He goes, and then he just like said something rude to me and I like stopped. I was like, bro, not everybody carries fucking cash. Sorry for cussing, but like,
there was a day where different story, a day where I went and he said, we're only accepting cards. And I was like, make that make sense. Cause I'm a bartender. I have cash. Like that's what I had. But so I went up to like the window, went to order, and it was right there at shift change. So he was just getting on as I was pulling up.
Yeah.
He didn't realize his mic was on, and the person that was leaving and he was taking their spot, they were like, hey, we shut down this pop machine, so you'll have to go to that window to get people's pop. And he said, no, I'll just tell them it's broken. And then, he realized his mic was on. I'm right there. And he was like, hi, what can I get you? And I said, I want a large Coke. And he was like, sorry, pop machine is down. And I said, no, you're just a lazy fucking asshole. And I drove off because, pregnant hormones. I was pissed. But yeah.
I have a crazy story. So him and I used to work together at this warehouse called Beacons.
Okay.
Next to FedEx.
Yep.
And we were in a fire together. That thing started on fire together.
So I heard a story that he was not like that his entire life. Like how, on the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it was, and this is just hearsay. Apparently it was a drug deal gone bad.
Oh, wow.
That he stole from some drug dealer, and the drug dealer literally beat the shit out of him. And that's why he is the way that he is.
That's sad. Yeah. So I went there one night and
it's sad, but he had come in.
Don't steal from drug dealers.
Or just don't steal in general,
That too. Yeah.
Yeah. So literally I pull up to McDonald's. Like I see him. I was like, oh shit. Like, what up, man? Like, dude's just a straight dick. And I'm like, we were in a fire together. Like we ran out of the same building together.
We saved our lives together.
Like, we were jumping over cookie boxes to get the hell out.
Was it that bad?
Dude, it was bad. Like the Beacons warehouse down by FedEx, like you know what I'm talking about? Like by Bauer Built.
Yeah.
No.
I do because I used to mow down there.
Yeah. So literally, FedEx is right here. It's like there's like a long strip, but it's like a right hand corner. So the Girl Scout cookies.
So like off of Hamilton.
No, this is all the way. This is the the FedEx warehouse.
Oh, okay. Way out there.
Yeah, way out there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's as soon as you like hit the back road of FedEx, it's like by like Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew and stuff like that. And so like I don't know what happened, but the ceiling was like collapsed down, and we were like contractors, like we're pretty much like loading up Girl Scout cookies on pallets, and they would come here and pick it up, and then we'd clean it up.
Okay.
And then, so we're sitting there, me, Josh, Dakota, some of Dakota's buddies and shit like that. And then all I hear is fire, fire. And I'm like, what the hell? And I look back, and the whole ground is just on fucking flames.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Were all the cookies burnt?
Oh, everything. It was bad.
Damn.
And so like
damn, she's thinking about the cookies.
Girl Scout cookies. Yeah,
they smack, dude.
Yeah, those peanut butter ones. I'm dying for them.
Dude, speaking of just real quick though, while I remember this, I went to I was going at Walmart, right? And then I seen these people, they were selling I think it was Girl Scout or Boy Scout. They were selling popcorn, I thought about it for a second. I was like, popcorn kind of sounds smack.
Expensive as hell.
We don't snack like it used to.
But I'm talking about, it was like a yay size bag, like this big. They're like, yeah, it's $20. I said, $20 for what? And they're like, well, you pay for the popcorn, but then the rest goes to, good cause. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go grab my wallet. I left, dude.
You're like, Blue Ribbon has free popcorn when I drink. Like that's
I'm saying two first.
Yeah, you get a beer and some popcorn.
Hell yeah. I'll never forget that day. And so when I saw him, I was like, bro, you remember me, man? Like, we were in that fire together. It's like my brother Dakota worked there, and we were super cool. Like, remember the dude with the Mustang? We used to go out there and hang out, do some crook activities in the car. Kind of just make small talk. And he's just like, no. I was like,
yeah,
dude, I specifically remember, your name's Josh. Like, I know who you are. Like, bro, we had multiple conversations with each other. Like,
yeah, he's just not a nice
person. And he wasn't like that then.
No.
You could tell the difference.
Yeah, I'm saying he was super cool. Like, that's why I was like, bro, like, what?
What happened?
I just saw you last year. Like, bro,
it's that meme. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah, so let's get into the meeting Cody story.
All right, meeting Cody.
Let's start from the jump.
So, way long ago.
Okay.
I remember there was a house party at my boyfriend at the time's house, and we were downstairs, whatever, and this chick comes down and just being obnoxious, drunk, whatever, drunk girl, and her boyfriend was with her, and the way this girl was acting, I was like, dude, somebody get this girl out of this room. Like, cause she just was annoying.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend just wasn't catching on. And that boyfriend was Cody. And I was
shit.
dude, this dude's an idiot. Like, get your girl and go, you know?
What? That's when you first met Cody?
That's the first time I ever saw him.
That's funny.
So then I started working at Minerva's, and he worked there. And so we met each other through there. And then he randomly came, like him and that girl broke up, and he randomly came up to me one day and he was like, hey, hook me up with one of your friends. Like, if you have any single friends, let them know, blah, 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 whatever. And I always thought Cody was super cool. So I was like, hell yeah. So I had a friend in mind. And so we went over to his house a couple times, like me and her and a couple other girlfriends of ours. And his room was down in the basement. So like we'd hang out down there, and then we'd come upstairs, and his cousin Molly was always upstairs. And I would sit there, we would say goodbye to Cody, and I'd go upstairs and I'd sit there and talk to Molly for probably like 30 more minutes, if not more. And her and I just really clicked. So then I went to Roll-A-Rama with my friends one night, and he was there. And, I remember he had a bottle of Crown, and the friend that I was like trying to hook him up with, she like went over, took some shots with him, whatever. I was, I drank, but I was a good kid. And I was like, man, they sell alcohol here. Like, you shouldn't be bringing in your own alcohol, whatever. So I didn't want any part of that.
Did he have Riz?
No, not at all. Not at all. I had the Riz. But no, I'm just kidding. But so then he, I remember like St. Patty's Day, he was having a house party. So me and my friends left the house party that we were at and went there. And then it was like a month later, I turned 21 on April 3rd. And it just so happened to be my grandma's funeral that day too. So my dad was in town, which sucks, but was awesome because my dad was never able to really spend a birthday with me. So after the funeral and stuff, we had an Irish funeral, right? Like everybody was just wasted. You celebrate life.
And you were 21, you're like, let's go.
Hey, let's go. And McCarthy Bailey's was here. It was a blast. So we started there, just kind of worked our way downtown. Well, Cody told me that he was going to come out for my 21st. And we were at Firehouse, and it was probably like 10:30. And I had been texting him. He wasn't answering. And I was like, man, this guy sucks, whatever. And then he, and I have a boyfriend this entire time that this is going on. And so he called me, and he was like, I'm so sorry. I fell asleep. I'm coming out. And so I was like, all right. And so he came out, and I just remember, like, my boyfriend at the time had gotten kicked out of Firehouse for fighting. And this was a Wednesday night. So,
like, bro, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah. But this was like
a Saturday, maybe.
Yeah. It was peak Firehouse day. So like everybody went to Firehouse, right?
Because I think, okay, so I remember Wednesday was birthday Wednesday.
No, birthday Wednesday's down here. Thursday was birthday Thursday.
Their birthday Thursday. But I think, didn't Wednesday they have a deal too?
They might have. I can't remember.
I just remember Thursday was twofers down there at both bars, Docks and Firehouse.
It was lit.
Yeah. But anyways, keep going. Sorry.
So he, my boyfriend's gone, right? Not in the bar anymore. And I just remember Cody walked in, and I instantly was like, oh my God, come meet my parents. And he was like, why the hell is this girl introducing me to her parents right now? Because, I obviously was hooking him up with one of my friends, but it was him and I texting. Like, they never exchanged numbers or anything. It was always like me texting him to like get all of us to hang out, whatever. And then so birthday Thursday happened, right? We all went out. Friday, same thing. I just, I'm 21, so I'm going out to the bars every single night. Then that Saturday came, and I came here to Pearl's when it was still a martini bar. And I remember we had a whole bunch of martinis. I was with my boyfriend's my boyfriend at the time. I was with his sister and his brother's girlfriend, and then my best friend. So it was the four of us. And we ended up, like, my best friend and I left those two girls, and we went to Firehouse. And boyfriend at the time met us down there. Surprise, surprise, dude gets into a fight, gets kicked out of the bar, right? And I remember like trying to go out to the parking lot, and the bouncers being like, no, like, he's freaking out. You're going to stay in here, whatever. And I tried, and then, I probably didn't try all that hard, because then I was like, sorry, they won't let me out. I'm going to go back into the bar. And so I went back into the bar, and Cody and his cousin Molly came and met me at Firehouse, and we were all hanging out. And I just remember, like, afterwards, he was like, hey, we're having an after party. If you want to come over. I was like, for sure. So I went over, and it was like my best friend at the time. She went to her house. I went over to Cody's with his cousin and him. And I was very intoxicated. I remember like being in his bathroom, puking, and my head was like in the toilet bowl. And I just looked up and I said, has my boyfriend texted or called me at the, like, holy shit. And Cody had my phone and he looked and he was like, no, you don't have any phone calls or texts. And I just remember being like, yes. So I was like, thank fucking God. And so, Cody's a gentleman, right? Like nothing, he would never do anything to like hurt somebody. So his cousin, he carried me downstairs to his room and like, put me in his bed because obviously I'm drunk, need to go pass out. Mm-hmm. And I just remember waking up in the middle of the night and not knowing exactly where I was, but I turned over and I saw like a body laying next to me. And I just poked him on his shoulder and I was like, Cody, is that you? And he rolled over and it was him, thank God. And, we just cuddled the night away, right? Because obviously I'm drunk, whatever, probably puked, have fucking puke breath, not the most attractive thing in the world. And then the next day I wake up and I have like 60 some missed calls and text. And I was like, shit, I got to go end this with this dude. Because one, I'm not that girl. And it was like I was just looking for an excuse to end it with him. And I was like, well, this is a perfect excuse. I just slept in another dude's bed, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm on my way to my house and that we lived at together. And I just remember Cody called me and he was like, hey, I think I messed up. And I was like, why? What happened? And he said, well, I thought you messaged me on Facebook because he got a message from my Facebook that said, what's up? And he messaged back thinking it was me because it was my Facebook. And he said, come back to my bed. And it was actually my ex. And he messaged back. He's like, I caught you too. I knew this was happening. I get to my house, all my shit's on the front yard, like all my clothes, everything like that, which I was like, whatever, it makes it easier to move out now. You got it all out here for me.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, thank you for doing the hard part. And so I just remember like putting my stuff in my car and like going in and gathering a few things, right? Very awkward situation because obviously he knew where I was at, whatever. And I went to start my car to leave and my car was dead. And so I was like trying to be like, yo, fucking jumpstart my car so I can get out of here. Obviously him and his friends were like, no, we're not doing that. And the neighbor ended up coming out and yelling at him to like jumpstart my car. And they finally did. I went home. I ended up moving back into my mom's house with her and my stepdad. And at this point they had gotten rid of my bedroom, right? It was like, I can't remember what, I think they made it into an office or something. And so they were like, well, you can have the downstairs room. It's got a twin bed, blah, 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 whatever. And I told Cody, like, I'm moving back into my mom's, like, let's see where this goes, whatever. And then I can't remember how long it was. It was only a couple days. But, I had just turned 21. So we were still like going out every night and stuff like that. And then one of the nights I was like, let's have like a legit slumber party. Like not where like neither of us are drinking. We just going to watch a movie, hang out, whatever. And he was like, let's do it. So I showed up at his house. And at this time, I'm a Green Bay fan. Became one in 2010. And so I had on these Green Bay pajama pants because, I wanted to be comfy. We're having a slumber party chilling. And he opened up the front door and he had on the exact same Green Bay pajama pants.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What was your first date like?
First date. Well, I was.
Was he nervous?
I don't know if he was. I was.
Were you?
I was.
Was a fit fresh?
I can't remember what I was wearing.
Was his?
His. No, he was probably wearing South Pole.
Oh my God, he was a South Pole.
I'm pretty sure you actually said something about his South Pole pants.
Oh my God, his South Pole jeans that he had, and then he would wear
Were
like
they
baggy as shit, and
Cody.
and then he'd wear like long T-shirts, and I'm like, buddy, this is just not. If you dress like different, you were here dressed a little different. You're right here, right? And but so he, I can't remember. I'm sure he was wearing South Pole, but. We went to first we went to Minerva's, and at this point, nobody really knew that we were talking. Mm-hmm. We were kind of like keeping it under the radar type of thing. And so he picked me up, and I was at my friend's house. He picked me up from there. I was so nervous that she gave me a Xanax to like kind of calm my nerves. And we went to Minerva's, and that's like kind of when everybody found out that we were dating, right? And so the bartender was a friend of ours, and I remember I ordered 2 Cosmopolitans. And both of them were very, very strong because he was a friend of mine. Okay. And then we went to a movie, afterwards, identity thief. And I could not sit still. I don't know if it was the alcohol or the Xanax. I'm guessing it was a mixture of the both, but I had restless legs the entire time, just like uncomfortable moving. Cody was like, "Are you cool?" And I was like, "No, I thought this was going to relax me. This is the furthest thing from relaxing." We ended up staying for the whole movie, but found out that my ex and all of his friends were at the movie theater that night, like same time we were there. Thankfully, we never ran into them, but just, small Sioux City for you.
Literally.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Hell yeah. So the engagement,
A wonderful day.
wonderful day.
It was absolutely perfect.
Is everything you ever dreamed, like not dreamed of, but it's like, like how he performed it.
So I definitely wanted like all of my close friends and family there. Like you see beautiful engagements where it's just the two of people, right? Like I think you said you and your fiance, it was just the two of you.
Yeah.
And I love those too, but that's just not who I do love attention. So I was like, I just want everybody there.
Well, I wanted more of the family there and stuff. It was just like, we got family here.
For sure.
No one's like, I can't
Here.
get everybody together for that event,
Well, so it was the first Sunday of football, and I didn't know it was coming at all. Like I knew him and I were going to get married together to each other, but I didn't know when. And at this point, I think we had been dating 4 years. And so I just remember getting ready that morning, like, Sunday football, he's usually like, "Hey, let's go. Like, I can't miss kickoff. Like, hurry up, get ready, blah, blah, blah." Where this day he was like, "Take your time. We're fine." And I was like, "No, kickoff's almost happening." He's like, "That's fine. If we're late, we're late." And I was just like, "Okay, bud, whatever." So we get down to the bar. To all my family, all of his family, also my cousin Becca, who wasn't 21 yet, and then Thomas, who also wasn't 21 yet, which Becca was turning 21 at midnight. Thomas was a baby. I think he was like 17 or something.
Oh.
And so I was like, both of them were down there. And I was like, "What are you two doing here? Like, you two aren't supposed to be here."
You went in mom mode?
Yeah. I was like, "You guys know the rules. Like, I don't break the rules. You guys know them. What are we doing?" And Becca was like, "Dude, I just wanted to come for the food." And so was Thomas. And they're like, "We'll leave soon, blah, 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 whatever." And I just kind of brushed it off. Well, then it also was September 11th. And so we, like I said, all of our friends and family are there. And one of our good friends, Tramel, came up to us and was like, "Hey, you two should really do a shout out to everybody, just thanking everybody for being here today." And me being the control freak I am, I was like, "Yeah, bet." So Cody and I go stand up like against kind of by like where the back patio opens up, that fence right there. And I was like, "Excuse me, everybody. One, we'd just like to say thank you for everyone coming out here today. Like, I know it's a Sunday and everybody's got other plans, but it's just so awesome that we could all get together for football, blah, blah, blah." And I didn't expect Cody to say anything because, I figured I had handled that. Like he's just sitting there smiling, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden Cody said, "Football might be the reason that brought us all here today, but that's not the only reason."
Did you freeze her like, whoa?
I did, because I thought he was doing a tribute to 9/11. Yeah, I literally was like, "Dude, knock it off. Like, nobody's trying to be sad right now. Like, what are you doing?" And then he got down on one knee. And then I realized what was happening.
You're like, "Oh, fuck, he's not doing what I thought."
He's not doing 9/11. He's doing proposal. And he said a whole bunch of things, and I wish I could remember them, but it just like in the moment.
Did you cry?
Oh, I cried so much. I was shaking that I didn't think my ring fit. So
really?
I put it on a different finger because I didn't think it fit. It fit perfectly fine.
How'd you feel when you saw it? You were like, "Oh my God."
So I definitely had told Cody, like, I would love a pear shape. I love a vintage band. I love rose gold. Like he knew exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
But I never saw a ring like that. So it was just like kind of ideas that I put in my head. And he ended up designing my ring himself. And I mean, it's absolutely perfect. He couldn't have done any better.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Me and Bailey one day went to the jewelry store in the mall. We were just checking things out,
Yeah.
I was just like, go look. I just want to know. I want to know her, like, what she liked. So it was kind of like, look, I bought it there.
Did you really?
Yeah, I bought it that same day.
See, that's awesome. That
So
she
knew.
She knew, and she got to pick it out herself and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
She knew what ring she was getting. She just didn't know when I was going to propose.
Yeah.
Oh,
she knew it was there.
Okay. And then
Because she was there when I bought it.
When you bought it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you surprised her with the proposal.
Yeah, because they tried to hit me with well, you can get this lab grown. I was like, don't take me over. I'm not doing it. And I was like, give me that real diamond.
Yeah.
What is the difference between like a lab grown and a diamond? I obviously like
So lab grown.
potentially I'm gonna be doing my thing.
Yeah, between like I guess one's mined and one's not.
Yeah.
Right?
So one is like, one is obviously, like it said, lab grown.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hold its value as
Okay.
much as a real mined diamond.
Okay.
So-
I always see it on TikTok and it's like I like obviously because
Yeah.
now I'm kind of just scrolling.
Growing.
And then I see that and it's like, oh, this lab grown, this, and I was like,
Have you
You
seen
think-
those like bust down watches that everybody sells? They'll get them dirt cheap and then
I know.
they'll sell
That's-
them for like $1,300 because people diamond test them. No,
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, if you ever watch TikTok and you see those, they basically a lab grown, it'll test real like a diamond, but it's not like real.
yeah,
So like
But like a blind eye looking at it, you wouldn't tell.
no,
Yeah.
but if you really get like
Into it.
into it,
Yeah.
you could tell. But the guy was telling us, he's like, yeah, this one has dinosaur poop in it, like just joking around and stuff. But
That's
I mean,
funny.
I got a really good deal. I mean, I still spent a bag on it, but
yeah, worth.
got a really good deal. Yeah, it was worth.
Yeah.
it.
I know we were at Best Buy today buying the cord, and of course I'm in Best Buy. I'm a guy. I'm looking at shit.
Yeah.
And then Jill goes behind me and she's like, "Why the hell are we looking at PCs? Like, you already have one at home." And I'm like,
Need one better.
I was like, "Oh, this is exactly what I need right here." And it's like $2,000. And I was like, "Babe, this is exactly what I need right here for the pod." And she's like, "Mr. Williams,
That's $2,000 that you don't need to spend.
She's like, "Do you see my finger?" you
Smart
s-
girl.
Yeah, she's like, "Do you
Smart girl.
do you see my finger?" It's like, this could be $2,000. And I was like, "I know, but still, I'm just."
Now you gotta spend more than $2,000.
That's the thing. We've talked about that, and she's not that. That's the thing. It's like I've tried to show her pictures. I've tried like, "What do you think of this? What do you think of that?" And she's just like, "No, I don't." I just like, I don't. She wants a black diamond.
She freaking would.
Seriously.
I have a good friend that wants a black diamond,
Like,
and they are definitely. I think they're called chocolate diamonds.
yeah, I've
Is
told her
is that a bag on your finger?
What do you mean a bag? Like what? Like
how much it
it's-
costs.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like 3 months dating, not even 3 months.
He told us the ring story, how he bought it.
Cody needed a new car, like when we first started dating. And I remember we went out to look at cars, and our friend Casanova Brooks was the car salesman.
Mhm.
And he ran Cody's credit, and he was like, you haven't had credit long enough, right?
Like
Which
he
is-
had good credit, just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have
And-
the credit history.
So they were like, he was like, Kayla, you might be able to co-sign for him. And in my head, I was like, Jesus, that's kind of a serious thing. Like, dude and I have been together for maybe a month or so at this point.
Already saying I love you though. but-
Yeah, that did happen very, very fast. So
Who said it first? Sorry. Of
Cody did.
course he did.
It's funny. We were at Firehouse.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Angelica said
Did
to me
she?
first. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were at Firehouse. But I could tell like he wanted to say it weeks before he even said, not even weeks, days before he even said it. Cause I think it was like a weekend that he said it. But they ran my credit, and Casanova was like, yeah, Kayla, you could co-sign for him if you want. And I was like, sure, why not? Let's, sign the
it.
paper. And so I didn't know how much he spent on my ring, but he told me that it was more expensive than the car that I co-signed on him with.
That was a
shit.
brand new Sentra.
Oh,
It was a-
shit.
Yeah, but Sentras were cheap back. I shouldn't say cheap because this is far from cheap, but like
Like at least 15, 20 grand.
little, I'd say around 15 probably.
15.
Yeah,
I mean, I spent five,
yeah.
6,
Yeah.
6,000.
We, I
Which
mean,
is-
it's definitely going to be something that I pass down. That's for sure. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at it as like, I think I'm gonna upgrade hers.
So
'Cause,
my
like-
my grandpa did that with my grandma.
Well, so the jewelry store I went through in the
Mhm.
mall, obviously they have more stores or whatever.
So which
Yeah.
one? They closed down a lot.
They
Yeah,
did.
they have one that's still there.
Okay.
I think it's the only one left
Is it,
in the
Yeah.
mall.
is it by the GNC one?
Well, they're
No, no,
all
it's-
like kind of right by each
yeah,
other.
because there's like
It's the one when you walk from the movie theater. That first one right there.
It's not Hellsberg's.
No, Gunderson.
Gunderson
oh
is.
yeah, I know. What you, it's
The
on
watch one. It has-
Greenberg.
It's on
yeah,
the-
Greenberg's. Yeah, or
Greenberg.
something
Yeah,
like
it's,
that.
yeah, it's on the
one
right side.
It has
yeah.
watches and
Yeah.
stuff too.
Mhm.
Because I was looking at watches,
Well,
guy
of course.
things. But no, they told me like, so obviously I paid for the ring.
Yeah.
The ring, what I paid for the ring, I can, if I go to get a new ring, they'll give me the same value that I paid for the ring
Oh,
towards
duh.
the new ring.
Like an upgrade.
Yeah.
Nice.
So basically, like if I want to get her, a $12,000, it has to be double of what the price
Price.
is of your ring that you
Okay.
first bought. So then, obviously, if I get her her ring was $6,000, buy her a $12,000 ring. I just had to pay $6,000 more.
Yeah.
Which is
Or you could keep it and give it to two, like, so like tradition says that the ring goes to the oldest daughter, right? And like my grandpa had her wedding ring, and then at 25 years gave her a new wedding ring, like an upgraded one. And my grandma's oldest daughter was my mom and her twin. So she had 2 rings, and she was able to give both of her twins a ring when she passed away.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good idea too.
Yeah. So then my,
We'll
my
see if she
sis,
deserves it, my little daughter.
no. Oh, she does. And then my sister, whenever Ben finally proposes, he won't have to buy a ring because my mom just has the ring waiting for her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she's the older sister.
Does he know that?
Oh, got you.
I think he does. I'm sure
Okay.
Haley's told him.
At the same time, like, I bought a ring for my daughter.
Yeah.
Or not my daughter, my fiance. That mother trucker that's dating my daughter better be
Better
working
buy.
his butt off and buying her a ring. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying like, or he's paying
You
me
don't
for
get
the
the
ring.
easy way out
Yeah,
of
he
this.
don't get the easy way where he gets, a $6,000 ring
Yeah.
for free, Because they hold their value with those real diamonds,
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Might even go up, you never know.
Yeah, my grandma's a ring. It's not like that, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
And it passed down to my mom. It still holds value. Like she got it, like just whatever you call it,
Appraised?
Yeah, appraised. Yep. Yeah, it still holds value. Still insane.
Oh, yeah. And they will for life. You
Yeah.
know?
So Carson was telling me a story today. He does auctions and does all this stuff.
Yeah.
Found a Rolex, right? You take the chance on it. He got it for $70, worth between $8,000 to $12,000.
Holy shit.
Nice.
That's a come up.
That
As
is.
it come up, especially in Sioux City, as it come up.
And I looked at him. I was like, that new girlfriend you got, just hold off on it. Hold off and sell that Rolex.
Yeah.
Get her a ring with
Oh
that.
yeah. But let's dig into the wedding night. How was the wedding?
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, it was an all white wedding.
It was an all white wedding.
Shit, I've been nervous.
Huge
couldn't
wedding party. Huge wedding party. We had 10 groomsmen, 10 bridesmaids, 5 ushers, and I had 3 personal attendants. And then we had 3 flower girls, and then 1
Oh, yeah.
ring
Wow,
bearer.
damn.
It was a lot. All of my bridesmaids were either cousins or sisters between the 2 of us, which I think is very special because I feel like sometimes, you look at, like I look at my mom's wedding photos and she's like, yeah, I don't even talk to that. She was just a good friend of mine at that moment in time. So
Yeah.
my side, I'll never have to be like, oh, they were just good friends. They literally, you're with me for life. You're my family. So,
I mean, that's such a real talk, I feel that.
and we,
But Drake, you better be ready.
we had, and Cody's groomsman was a mix between brothers, cousins, and his friends. But we didn't do like a first look like a lot of people do. I wanted the first time Cody to see me, like me coming down the aisle. But because I did have such a large wedding party, we had to start getting ready. Like my personal attendants had to be at the church at 4:30 in the morning to get their hair and makeup done. Because everybody got their hair and makeup done. So, that takes time. And the wedding was at 2:00.
That's
But
crazy.
I
4:30 in the morning.
literally, I stayed at because it was at like Crave. What is that? The Hilton, right?
Yeah.
Or
So-
you worked there.
So I stayed there the night before where like Cody stayed at our house, and I had a suite, and I told the girls that were staying with me, I was like, here's the deal. You guys can stay with me, but my door locks at 11 p.m. Like if you guys aren't there by 11, you're not staying with me. And it was 10:59, and you just heard this horde of drunk girls running down the hallway. And I was like, that was them. But
Hilarious.
I was too nervous. I didn't really sleep that night. And then morning of, obviously, like, some girls had to be there at 4:30. So I was up pretty early and then did the whole thing, got ready, wonderful morning. And I just remember like the wedding starting, and I was in the back of the church, obviously, because we got married at Blessed Sacrament. And we invited 340 people because we were told that like 20% of people won't be able to make it or they'll decline. I think we maybe had like 8 people say that they weren't coming. So the wedding was huge. And I love attention, but I was so nervous. And it wasn't nervous to like marry Cody. I was nervous being in front of all those people. And so I just remember turning to my dad and being like, I can't do this. Let's leave. Let's just go get married at the courthouse real fast. Like I cannot do this. And he was like, no, one, I've spent way too much money on this wedding. You're walking down this aisle. And two, he was like, this is what you're going to want. Like, I promise you. And he held me tight and it made me comfortable walking down that aisle. And Cody gave me the exact reaction that every girl wants to see from their husband, right?
Wait, bald?
He didn't bawl, but he definitely cried.
Oh.
And I think maybe Thomas might have cried a little bit.
Of course.
Maybe. But because he was the best man. And then obviously my bridesmaids were crying because they're just all, yeah. We just have a lot of love for each other. So, but the ceremony, Catholic weddings are very long, but our priest made it very fun. He didn't make it seem like it was an hour of just up and down and on your knees and then praying and this and that. He like cracked jokes throughout it, which was nice. And then afterwards we did our photos, and then we had 2 party buses because our wedding party was so large. So the whole wedding party got on the party buses, and we went to like our favorite places that like made us the couple that we were, right? So like Minerva's, boat club we were at all the time. We went to Firehouse, and then we ended down here, and we had this huge cocktail hour down here, which like everybody that was waiting for us on the party bus, that's where they came. McCarthy and Bailey's made a whole bunch of hors d'oeuvres. It was wonderful. And then everybody went over to the reception, which was held at the Hilton. And, we did all the fun, like DJ games, like with the shoes and things like that. And like, Cody gave me a strip tease to take my garter and it was a perfect wedding. And then the wedding ended at 11 and it was like 10:30 and cops had like come walking through the reception. But here in Sioux City, you have to have a security guard between the hours, I want to say, of like 9 to midnight or like whenever the end of your venue is.
Yeah.
And so there was a security guard at the wedding. And so when I saw multiple cops, I was like, what is going on? So I walked over to him and I was like, what's going on? What are you guys doing here? And they said they were looking for somebody. And I was like, well, I'm the bride. Like, I know everybody, hence the white dress, I was like, can I help you find whoever you're looking for? And they're like, no, we can't tell you, which I was like, what the hell is that? So I went up to the bar and I ordered a beer, and they were like, I'm so sorry, but because there was a fight, we had to end your wedding. And I found out that there was a fight, and that's why these cops were there. And my dad, being the wonderful person that he was, surprised Cody and I with an open bar. Like, we had no clue we knew he'd put like a chunk of money down, just didn't know that he'd leave it open for everybody. And he did.
I bet you that was expensive.
I think it was, which my dad like sometimes can exaggerate, like, but he told me the bar itself was 11,000.
Oh,
which, yeah. Like looking back now, I'm like, man, the money that we spent on our wedding, what I could do with our house, but that's fine. It was a wonderful day.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
Charge it to the game.
Charge it to the game. Hey, on to the next.
Yeah.
But he, so like, the alcohol was flowing, obviously.
Yeah.
And I know that Cody was like, fuck, I really hope it wasn't my friends that, like, I really hope that's not the reason, because Kayla will never let me live this down. And I found out who was the one that started the fight. It was a friend of mine, and he was arguing with one of Cody's friends, Dalton Block.
Yeah.
And they were arguing over whose dog could win in a fight. And my friend had a golden doodle, which, like, I mean, just by the name, you can tell that dog doesn't fight. That's a nice dog, right?
Yeah.
Dalton Block didn't even have a dog. He was
just wanted
just fucking with this dude, and just got on.
Didn't actually want to probably fight. He probably was just
literally.
He probably was just trying to get him heated up, and then was like, "All right, I'm fucking with you."
For real. And then the security guard tried to stop it. Like, they ended up getting into a scuffle. A door got broken. Like, it cost $3,000. This fight that, like, the wedding ended, and then this door that they broke was $3,000 worth of damage.
I would have been like, "You're paying for that, and you owe me 30 minutes."
Literally, fuckers.
Better go pay for a 30-minute massage.
Something.
What's been your biggest thing you've learned about being married?
Just being a team. I mean, we were a team before, but obviously that, and then I got the Worden last name, and I'm definitely Alpha Worden between Cody and Thomas. So that,
Hell yeah.
that was a learning experience. But
what's been I love this question for you, but how cool has it been to see Cody go from boyfriend to husband to dad?
I mean, amazing. But so what thing I've noticed most probably his hairline. But you know, when I first started dating Cody,
Yeah.
Thomas was always there.
Yeah.
And he was such a father figure for Thomas. So that like fatherly side has always, like, I've always seen that in him. I would say probably like the partying that we used to do compared to now that we have kids, the maturity that we've both accomplished with having kids. So, yeah.
I heard so not like trying to throw it off track, but like, you know, the 5s in 1 story you told about, like you give it to Thomas.
Yeah.
I heard it was your idea.
It was.
Because he said, Cody was telling us, he was like, yeah, I used to put my 5s and 1s and, you know, in a jar. And then he's like, you told him one day, you're like, yeah, we're going to give this to Thomas.
I did. So like I said, I had such a very blessed, privileged childhood. I wasn't spoiled by any means, but I didn't go without, right? Like my mom and my aunt and my uncle and my stepdad and my uncle, like my dad, everybody, they made sure we had values, but they gave us what like we deserved, right?
Yeah.
And I know that like Cody didn't really have a childhood like that, but he was an adult once I met him, where Thomas was still a child. And so I was like, man, I want to be able to give this kid the things that I had.
Yeah, 'cause like, I mean, he, you know, obviously Thomas broke down how his childhood went and stuff. Like he was not he was struggling, but like if it wasn't for you guys, he would.
There's definitely things that I think his life was much easier because we were around.
For sure.
It's funny. So he has his 2 sisters, right? Andrea and Chelsea. And there was Molly, Maddie, and Cody that all lived together. Molly and Maddie are sisters. They're cousins of Cody's. And they each decided to take we call them the orphans, Thomas, Chelsea, and Andrea. And so I think Maddie had Chelsea as her orphan. Andrea had Molly as her orphan. And then Cody had Thomas as his orphan. And Molly and Maddie definitely were super cool with Chelsea and Andrea, but they weren't getting the things that Thomas was getting. They weren't getting the 5s and 1s. They weren't getting
the car. Take the car.
Yeah, the car filled with gas. Like they weren't
living.
they weren't getting anything like that. And
Tommy would be like, Kayla, I gotta go see this girl. All right, here.
Yeah, here's the car. You know, just make sure it's in one piece when you get back.
Get her a bite to eat.
Yeah. So
Take these 5s.
how so obviously you're in the bar scene, so you probably have seen so much relationships, ups and downs.
Oh yeah.
But you and Cody, after so much years together, because it's been like what, almost 13 total years?
Yeah. So we started dating in 2013.
Yep.
Yeah, so almost 13 years.
So how you guys speak so highly of each other? So like, what advice can you give us to keep that flames going?
My biggest advice is, like I said, it's not 50-50, it's 100-100, right? But Cody and I's biggest rule is we do not go to bed mad at each other. We talk about, like, you know, obviously we argue. Everybody argues, right? We don't argue in front of our kids. That is not like, we do not like that. Like I said, we do not go to bed mad at each other. We sleep with each other every night.
So when you guys do get can tell things are getting heated between each other, and you guys are around your kids, how do you control that? That's one question I did have.
I guess, you know, like we can go outside if need be, or like we're both like, hey, we're going to pick this back up once we put them to bed. We're not doing this right now in front of them. There's no reason for that. Let's do our bedtime routine. Once they go to bed, then we can discuss this. But Cody and I are both very level-headed people. So we're not
yelling.
We don't yell.
Nice.
I mean, there's definitely been like drunken fights where like, you know, we're arguing and whatever. Though like nights like that, which very seldom has that ever happened, but we will wait till the next day because it's like there's no coming. Like when you're drunk, one's thinking one way, the other's thinking the other way.
And then it's just going to keep going.
Yeah. You got to wait till you're sober that next day to discuss that. But we still sleep in bed that night together. Like, you know, but just talking about things. And usually, and I hate to say it, but usually it's Cody being right because he is very level-headed. And like sometimes he's just too real. And that's what I tell him. I'm like, you're just, you know, you could say things a little bit sweeter, right? Like, don't be so real with everybody. And, but yeah, it's just conversation, discuss things with each other. I mean, him and I are together almost every hour of every day, right? Like We go to bed together. We wake up together. We go to the gym together. We work together.
Do you guys have your separation? Like, do you guys have your own hobbies and stuff that like you guys go do on your own?
Well, so, like there's definitely times where I'm like, I'm going to go do this with my girlfriends, right? Or he's going to go do this. But like us doing our things on our own, it's like him playing Madden with his little headset on and me hanging out on the couch scrolling TikTok. And that's our time. We're still together, but that's our time away.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, like, do you guys have your, like, obviously you said with your girlfriends, like you go with your girlfriends, he'll go do something like out and about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, but like, if we're going to, like, let's say I'm out with my friends during the day and he's out golfing because he's an avid golfer. If he could golf every single day, he would.
I want to go golfing.
He's a good golfer.
I'm decent, but like, I just want to go golfing. I just want to go have fun, go have beers. And
I hate to say this. I need to go pee quick.
Yeah,
I do too. Yeah, we can take a short intermission for real quick.
Okay.
Cool? Is that okay?
Everybody take an intermission?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I will go pee too.
So just pause that and pause the camera. I was holding that thing and I was like, oh my God. I was like, it just hit me out of nowhere. I was like, I gotta go so bad.
Perfect timing.
Oh, I feel better. Sorry, we're back from the break. We just had a
wait.
bathroom break.
The lights.
Get them lights on, man.
The lights.
Look good? Yeah, look good.
I think you ain't gonna lie to you, Kayla.
Oh.
Just like, Drake, what are you doing? You do have one out.
You forgot your sunnies.
Oh, my sunnies. Oh, there you go, Drake. I was gonna say, I thought she had one out. Not working.
Oh, we got the bottom row still. 2 over here.
Oh yeah, they both turned on.
Yeah, I can't. Boom. Okay.
Perfect.
We're good.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, we back. I just want to actually coming back from the the bathroom break. I just want to give a quick shout out. PBR bar, one of the greatest bars in Sioux City. I will say hands down. It's been one of my favorites growing up. I don't know about you, Drake. Probably the same, obviously.
Yeah. I don't go anywhere.
The 5 times he comes out in a year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But if you do want to like have a casual drink, do your thing, whatever, come here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they do get busy at times, but they do have a wide range of like their bar is huge. They have Pearls, they have the inside bar of PBR, and then the outside. Plenty of room to have a good time with your friends, plenty of seating, everything. And the bartenders all around, the owners, Kayla and Cody are always here on the weekends. And then their bartenders, their staff is great. So just come out, have a drink, tip them well though. Make sure you tip them well.
Hell yeah.
They deserve it.
Yeah, but before we took a little bathroom break, we were talking about pretty much like relationships like that, and your relationship most likely. You and Cody speak so highly of each other. So how does that continue?
I guess, I don't know. We're soulmates. So we just see eye to eye with each other, and we work as a team at all aspects of life. It's never just I'm doing this, he's doing that. We're doing it together. And like I said, communication is key. Key to a good marriage, good relationship, everything, communication.
For sure. So I do have a follow-up question for that because you included soulmates, and there was a question I asked you in that previous episode.
Yes.
And Cody, the same question. Do you think a soulmate is found, or do you think a soulmate is earned?
Okay, so I'm really happy that you asked me this again. So I did say that a soulmate is found, which I do feel like that is true. But to keep your soulmate, you both have to put in that effort, and to keep that flame there and the fire between you.
Yeah.
It takes 2. And like I said, because he is my soulmate, we see eye to eye on a lot of things. Some things we don't, and we sit down and we discuss it and decide between, generally it's his way, right? Because he does like explain it to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But I just, I feel like you find your soulmate, but you gotta work hard to keep it at the soulmate status that entire time.
Hell yeah. I want to read off something he posted. He said, every family has that one person that keeps it all together. I'm lucky to have found the best of the best to do that for ours. Happy Mother's Day to the GOAT, and thank you for making life so easy.
He's so sweet with his words. I'm type A, so I try to control everything that I can, and I'm very efficient with everything that I do. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's nothing wrong with it though.
No. It ain't a problem for us. So
I mean, you control the situation, like, around the house and everything, obviously, but like the way you do it though is like you're great with like, you control the things that happen in your family, but like you still do you, he still does him.
Exactly.
Type deal. But your kids, you're like, all right, Cody, just follow my lead.
Yeah. Well, routine, kids rely on routine. So you keep a good routine and things run seamlessly that way.
For For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So let's get into the. We're gonna start getting into like the PBR, like buying, purchasing PBR.
Okay.
So let's get into the COVID year first. So how was your guys' COVID year during that time?
Well, do you want to start? Because that's like 3 years
Yeah,
after.
yeah. Sorry, my apologies. Let's get into buying PBR first. So
Okay.
what was it like buying PBR?
So, how him and I came down here to Pearl Street is my sister was the manager of McCarthy and Bailey's at the time. And so she reached out to me and said that she really needed servers and she wanted me to come work for her. At that time, I had worked at McCarthy's when it first opened, and then I stopped working there. And so this was 2000 and probably like 2013, really. I mean, we had just been dating a couple months. And the management that we had at Minerva's had changed, and it was not the same. They just did not run it well. We didn't enjoy going to work anymore, which, everybody wants to enjoy going to work. And so him and I were both like talking about how we wanted new jobs. And so I took advantage of my sister saying that. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to go start working at McCarthy's again. And he came down here with me because I just had to fill out an app just for, legal reasons, whatever. And my sister was at Blue Ribbon when I came down, and she was like, just meet me over here. So him and I are sitting there, and the manager at Blue Ribbon came up and was like, so Cody, are you getting a new job? And he was like, oh, I'm, looking, but right now kind of whatever. And he was like, well, man, I need a new full-time bartender if you want to come work at Blue Ribbon. And Cody was like, hell yeah. So the two of us put in our 2 weeks at Minerva's, and I started at McCarthy's. He started at Blue Ribbon. And then, and McCarthy's was wonderful. I mean, it was a restaurant during the day. And then as soon as 9 o'clock hit, no matter if it was a Tuesday or a Saturday, it turned into a bar. And it was so much fun working there. But there was a girl that was hired or that worked at Blue Ribbon, and she got let go. And so I asked the owner because he owned the whole block. And I was like, is there any way I can take over her shifts at Blue Ribbon? Because at this point, I had only been a server, like at Minerva's and McCarthy and Bailey's. I did some bartending over there, but nothing like where it's just strictly bartending, right? No food, nothing like that. And one of my managers at Minerva's, I remember way long ago, told me, he was like, you're not meant to be a server. You are meant to be behind a bar. And he constantly said that to me, but I just never took advantage of it. And so then that girl got let go. The owner was not really wanting to have me work over there just because he knew Cody and I were in a relationship. And obviously, like, drama can come about working with your significant other in the workplace, but also being behind a bar, you're getting hit on, things like that. And he was like, I just don't know if you two should be working behind the bar together. I don't know if that will cause riffraff between you two or other customers, And I assured him, I said, we'll be professional. I think what I said, nobody will ever know that we're even dating. Like, it's fine. I won't even let that be known. And I think I would have said anything just to become a bartender over there. And he gave me the chance, and it worked out really well. Well, then it was just me and another girl that worked over there, and the other girl got let go. And so I asked if I could become full-time at Blue Ribbon and just stop working at McCarthy's, which I felt bad that I was leaving my sister, but I enjoyed Blue Ribbon that much more. And she understood. So the owner allowed me to be a full-time over there. So full-time bartenders was me, Cody, and then our manager at the time. And then everybody else was just part-time. Well, then our manager, he just, he was a wonderful guy, but I think he was just going through a lot. And then obviously being a manager of a bar, you're drinking a lot. Emotions are high, right? Things aren't. And he ended up just going down the wrong path and ended up getting let go. And so Blue Ribbon had two owners, Dan and Rick, and they came to Cody and I and asked us if we would manage the bar together, which I thought kind of felt bad because Cody at that point had been working there for far longer than I had. But they asked us to do it together. And we, of course, said yes. And we, it was a few months of us being managers, and we were, just partying a lot, things like that. And then the one owner, Rick, he was selling his half of the bar. And the other one, Dan, he was like, I only became an owner in this just to do it with Rick. Like, I'm retired. I really don't need the headache of a bar anymore. And so he told us that he wanted us to buy his portion, and he gave us a dollar amount that we had to come up with. And the two of us, I mean, we grinded. We were working 12s every day. We didn't do, it was like 3 months of us doing nothing but working just to come up with this dollar amount, along with paying all of our bills and things like that. And we did it pretty quickly, and we gave it to him. And it's really hard to get a loan for a bar through a bank, because obviously you can't guarantee that you're going to always make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Dan gave the president of the bank his car for his 16-year-old son. And he was like, if you give Kayla and Cody a loan, I will give you this car. Like,
Oh shit.
the bar makes money. They're in great standing. Like, I understand, your doubts about it, but if you give them this loan, I'll give you this car. And we obviously had a very hefty payment that we had to make every month. We did it. And so we bought Dan's portion, and then our business partner, Joe, bought Rick's. And Joe is the best partner we could have ever asked for. He lets us run the bar side, but he can fix, absolutely anything. And then it really works out too, because he owns Lawler Fixtures, which is like restaurant and bar supply. So like if one of our coolers goes out or anything like that, he can replace it within minutes. The guy can fix anything.
And he does it, like, obviously, because he's a partial owner.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
He doesn't be like, oh, you got to pay this, like, whatever.
We pay for parts, but we don't pay for labor, which is huge, right?
For sure.
But even like small things, like our hot water heater went out at our house one time, and we called Joe. Like, Joe he's Mr. Fix It. He can do anything. And so we're very lucky to have a partner like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. There's a follow-up question I have for you. What's it like going from employee to boss now? Because now you've taken over the bar.
Yeah.
Now you have Pearls, PBR, and an outside bar. How's the difference changed?
So like I said, we were partying a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I would say it wasn't until we probably had Viola. So like 2 years of us being bar owners, because 2017 was a huge year. So all in the same month, in December of 2017, we bought a bar, we got married, and we bought a house. And
It's a hell of a lineup.
it was a busy month. And we got home from our honeymoon, bought our house, things like that. And it just partying a lot. We were, just having a time of our lives. And then the two of us kind of realized, like, hey, we need to kind of like get a little bit more discipline behind the bar. We're taking shots. There was some nights where like I would count the drawer and wake up the next, do my normal closing stuff. But I'd wake up the next day and I wouldn't remember counting the drawer that night, just because of how intoxicated I was behind the bar. And that was like a wake up call. I was like, one, do not want to run my business like this. And two, I'm not that type of person. Like, I want to be able to make sure I'm in control. I'm making the right decisions at the right moment in time. Like, when we first bought the bar, there was no bodega. You still had that whole strip there on
burgers and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, on 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But like bodega, like when they came, that obviously was a bar kind of like ours, same crowd and stuff. So we were shoulder to shoulder in here every Friday, Saturday. Like, we had waits out the door. I
remember those days.
It was busy, and there was fights. There was lots of things happening. And
shout out to your bouncers though.
Shout out
They
to the
love me.
bouncers.
They love me. So they would always like, all right, Dylan, you can get it.
But it was, we realized like, hey, maybe we're not making the correct decisions right off the bat, because we have been drinking or this and that. And so him and I, we were like, we need to place a rule saying no. Like, I'm not saying not to drink behind the bar, because obviously everybody wants to take a shot with the bartender. It just is what it is.
It's a nationwide thing.
It is. And so we put in a rule that you could only take 2 shots the last hour of your shift. And I know that they all don't fully listen to my rule, but it's definitely like in the back of their head. So they're not drinking anywhere near like what they used to drink, right? Mm-hmm. And we're huge by leading by example. So like, you won't see me drinking behind the bar ever, unless it's like somebody's birthday and they convince me to take a shot with them.
Yeah, I've never seen you drink it ever.
Halloween night, you're taking a shot with me.
And we did say that we're like, right now we're not drinking at all, but
oh yeah,
October 31st, we said that we would
Cody's gassed about eating nerds or whatever.
Oh, dude, I think he's more excited about candy than anything.
Oh yeah, he is.
He was hype about it last night.
He was talking about. He's like, I'm gonna eat candy. I'm gonna eat all this.
Dude, he's got a list. It doesn't help that our kids constantly have candy, so he's like having to hand them nerds that he can't eat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just we became very disciplined behind the bar, and things just ran so much better.
Hell yeah,
it did.
One question I do have, I didn't ask you it, but I meant to ask it since obviously like you're the professional business side, and obviously that. What's one thing you learned about money? Instead of being an employee, now you're the boss. What's one thing you learned about money that could help us potentially in the long run?
You know, just not spending silly money, like just, you know, doing the things that you have to do to make sure that your business is profitable and just successful. You know, like I definitely probably could buy some new bar stools, right? But like right now they're not terrible. So why spend the money to do that? I'd rather buy speakers. So somebody in pros wants to play a song with a lot of bass, we don't have to skip it because our speakers can't handle it. Like little things like that. But people, I don't think realize how much it costs to run a business. You know, I have great regulars, like the best of the best. And, you know, some of them do, like Tramel, for example, will be like, I paid the electric bill. Yes, he probably does pay the electric bill with how much he spends in a month. But then others, you know, they'll say like the rent. And I'm like, you don't even realize the rent that it costs down here. Like, I wish you did. You definitely put a dent in it, but I wish, like, you know, I think people will have like $100 tab and they pay it, let's say, right? And they'll be like, oh, there's $100 going in Cody and Kayla's pocket. And that's far from the truth.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It doesn't work like that. And until I was an owner, did I realize that, you know, the overhead that it costs to run a business it's a lot of money.
You're selling a beer for $3 or $4, whatever you sell for, you know. Mm-hmm. You're not getting that full money because you're buying the beer in the first place.
Buying the beer, and then, you know, you got to pay for lights. You've got to pay for the employees to serve the beer. And it's just, there's a lot that goes into it.
So I had a follow-up question, just like, it's kind of like an out there question, but like, say hypothetically, you know, I like the hypothetically word, you know, but like say me and Drake wanted to open up a bar, you know, but we wanted a business partner. Would you ever, like anybody though, like would you ever be open to like open another bar with someone?
Yeah, that was a question I forgot to ask Cody, is expanding.
Like say like, you know, the other side of 4th Street, not call it PBR, obviously call it another name, but like.
So Cody and I, when we first started dating, we had always dreamed of buying a bar, and it just was kind of crazy that we landed where we landed and we were able to. But we have always said that we would never buy another bar after these ones.
Really?
And that the only reason you know, it's a lot of late night phone calls. You deal with a lot of, like, you're dealing with drunk people, right? So you're just dealing with grown adult kids at that point. And so lots of things happen that wouldn't happen if alcohol probably wasn't involved. And I also, you know, Cody and I definitely put our health as a top priority for us. And so it just, sometimes watching people like kind of drain their bank accounts down here and like things like that, it hurts our souls a little bit, but it's also like how we feed our kids. So, you know, it's a lose-lose situation, right? So last year, because my mom she was an alcoholic, and she ended up having to do a liver transplant. And it was, you know, she wasn't an alcoholic until like I was out of high school, really, or at least that's when I noticed it. And so like she never came down to our bar to drink, but there was little signs that I like, you know, she started turning yellow and things like that. And then I now see like people down here showing those same signs, and it makes you sad, right? Because you're like, man, you're literally killing yourself here. But, you know, I would never. They feel comfortable here, and that's what I want people to feel comfortable here. So it's, you know, I could be like, hey, I'm not going to serve you because, dude, you're dying. Like, I need you to get better, right? But they're just going to go somewhere else then you know, so might as well let them be comfortable. But if I ever like did buy another business, I would love to buy a gym. It's just like complete opposite from a bar, right?
Or even, like, okay, so maybe I said a bar, but like maybe even another business.
I would definitely be open to buying another business. Probably not another bar though. Yeah. Just
My thing is like, I love what you guys do.
Yeah.
But like, this is one of the businesses that I would probably want to, like, maybe nothing like what you guys got something big here. This is, you know what I'm saying? Maybe just like a small bar down there on the other side of 4th Street, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and the only reason why I was asking is for like your kind of aspect, like, you know, because you're on this side.
Yeah.
And maybe if you guys invested in another bar down there too, because then you'd have, you know, both sides of 4th Street.
I do think that being on this side is crucial with Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel, you know, and then starting on this side because of Hard Rock was crucial. But now you've got like that whole strip of, you know, Bergie's 30, right? Like everybody goes to Bergie's at the end of the night. And I just, it makes me sad for the 4th Street bars because I just don't think they're near as busy as what they used to be back in the day. Like when I first turned 21, everybody went to that end. Yeah. That was the end that everybody was at. And I don't go out much, so maybe I'm completely wrong on that. But
No. Even when I turned 21, like you said about Firehouse and Doc, that's how it was when I started.
And now, like nobody really goes to that.
No one even really goes out anymore, like it used to be. Like,
well, that's what this new generation. They don't drink as much as like my generation did.
Literally,
you know. And I'm like, man, put your time in. I did it, and then you get healthy in your 30s.
Yeah,
you know?
But that's the thing. It's like, but like I tell people, is like, you know. Yeah, going out every night is like kind of crazy, whatever. But on the weekends, go live your life. Go live your young life.
Have fun.
You're 20, like even me and Drake, like Drake's still young. Like you're still young. You occasionally have a good time. I tell Drake, once in a while, man, you're a dad, bro. You need to let that steam off.
Just let it loose for a bit.
Go have a loose night.
Yeah.
And I tell my fiance, you know, she's 23. Like, yeah, she's a mom of 3, but
you got to have fun.
We need to go out. We're still both young. Like I'm 28, you're 23. Really for her though, because she's 23. Like she was a mom, you know, she was pregnant on her 21st birthday.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go live your life. Like her 23rd or 24th birthday coming up in January, I'm going to make sure she
goes out.
She is drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's a good time, especially to let
I'm
loose,
getting a hotel room and everything. Like, you know, we can walk her to the hotel room. Like, we're having a good night.
Show her a timeout. Yeah.
What's been one of your craziest bar stories from being an owner?
So obviously like my husband with the Modelo bottle, right? But I think everybody probably knows that one. So I would say it was back before like Bodega and stuff was here. So we're like wall to wall. And it was when all those guys from Performance were at CF, like the dudes from the South. And there was a lot of them that were super cool. We had a group that was in here every Friday, Saturday. And obviously Cody and I being LSU fans, like we bonded with a lot of them because a lot of them were LSU fans. But then there was a big chunk of them that were just troublemakers, man. Like we had like multiple of them banned from here. Like they just weren't allowed. And I remember this one night, a guy that I went to high school with was, you know, standing there with his girlfriend. His girlfriend had friends with her. And one of these CF guys, Performance guys, came up and tried to hit on him. The girls brushed him away, whatever. They feeling whatever he was saying. He walked away. Well, then the guy I went to high school with, like, you know, walked up to his girlfriend and was sitting there talking to him or talking to her. And out of nowhere, I mean, he was standing right at the outside bar. He just gets sucker punched in the side of the face, falls to the ground, and he was like bleeding out of his ears.
Yeah.
And I mean, instantly. And so this was like 1:15 in the morning. We ended up clearing the bar out because like when I saw him, I was like, he's dead. This guy just died in our bar, you know? And Cody and Larry was a bar back at the time. They took off because the guy punched him and then took off running out the back door. And so Cody and Larry ran after him because they were like, you know, they thought the same thing. Like, this guy's dead. We're not letting this guy get away. Because one, we didn't know who he was. So it's not like we could be like, oh, this is a person that punched him.
Yeah, Cody said it was 2 people.
2 people?
I think didn't he say something about 2 people? Like, no, not 2 people that punched. Like,
but
when he went out there.
Yeah. And so they like took off running, and the dude walked up the stairwell on the back of the IBC building in our alleyway here. Yeah. And like Cody told Larry, he was like, man, get ready. Cause like we're going to probably have to fight this dude, you know, whatever. And thankfully, an officer was coming down the alleyway because, you know, they get here really fast. Like if we call them, they're here within a couple seconds. And so this officer's coming down the alleyway. He gets out of his car. Cody and Larry are like, that's a guy right there, pointing up to him. This dude pulled a machete out of his pocket and was coming towards like Cody and Larry and this cop. And it's like, man, what would have happened if that cop wasn't there, you know? But even like the balls on that guy, like that's a cop. What are you doing?
Yeah. But I even told Cody, I was like, yo, thank the Lord that you guys didn't go, like, he even said he was like 15 seconds sooner or whatever, you know, anytime sooner. Because if you guys would have pressed him, something bad could have happened.
Could have been swinging that thing.
Literally. That's what the one thing, like, I love Cody for the protector that he is. But the amount of times that I tell that man, stay behind the fucking bar. Stay behind the goddamn bar.
You have security for a reason.
Yeah, but his whole thing is like
The river rat in them.
for real. He's like, you know, I don't want something to happen to one of our bouncers because I wasn't out there.
Yeah.
And which I get, but I'm also like, man, we've got 3 fucking kids. Stop acting like that, you know?
Did you guys find the guy that like smacked him?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they arrested him. Our bouncer took off and got him right down at Bodega.
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, and then Ben, my sister's boyfriend, he also ran down there and like helped get the guy back to Blue Ribbon. And then so when the cops came, they arrested him. And I just remember Cody didn't see him, like obviously, right? And he just saw them putting him in handcuffs, and he was so mad because this dude was barely over 4 feet. I mean, he was a tiny little guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, fucking see me in the streets, dude. Like you wouldn't ever get that close to me. But I just, we were standing there and I was asking the cop, like, you know, where should I take him? Mercy, St. Luke's, like, what do we need to do? Cause I'm charging this guy. You know, usually we just brush it off, whatever, but like, you know, you physically assaulted and you did a lot of damage, right? Yeah. So we were like, we're pressing charges. And I just remember the window was like somewhat cracked in the cop car. And the kid like was like trying to like reach up to the window. And he said, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. And I looked at the window and I was like, what the fuck do you mean? You took a bottle to somebody's face. Yeah. What did you think was going to happen? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, people do dumb things, man. They do dumb things.
What's been your fondest moment of being a bar owner? We didn't get in that one.
Meeting people.
Oh yeah.
I love talking to people.
Yeah, you said that.
You're
big talk. I mean,
yeah, I love being a girl's girl. I am like, especially now, like, you know, being so disciplined behind the bar, I feel like I can keep an eye out for other females, right? Mm-hmm. So like, let's say a male comes up to order a round of shots for a group of females. I'm going to take those shots over to that group. Like, I'm not letting that guy, even if I do know the guy, I just want people to feel comfortable at the bar. So I will be that girl's girl. That I'm like,
if it's us, you know, she really knows us, you know, it's different with us.
For you, no, I'm just kidding. But no, I just want everybody to feel comfortable, right? And have a good time. And I feel like I'm like that motherly figure behind the bar, and girls can talk to me. They can, you know, same thing for guys, but it's mostly girls that are emotional when they're drinking. And so I try to always just be there to help them.
I swear, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of the time when I come in, I feel like I talk to you more than Cody. Like, I do talk to Cody like a decent amount, but like it's a lot of time. It's like because I always come to that far end.
That one end. Yeah, I'm always right there.
Yeah, she's always there.
Unless my girls are at the other end.
Yeah.
Angelica, Karina, Kiana. If they're over there, that's where I am. And Cody's like, you're making me switch. I'm like, yeah, my girlfriends are right there. We have to see what happened throughout the week, you know? But I am always at that end. And between the two of us, I mean, we're both definitely social people, but Cody, he's more of a stone face behind the bar. Yeah. He's just like
Tommy said that he's like Kayla's more the talkative. Cody's just like,
I think Thomas called me nosy. If we,
Damn, Tom?
Yeah, what the hell? No, I am nosy as hell. So if I see a girl crying, I'm trying to figure out why she's crying, and you know, one, to help her, but two, because I just want to know what's going on. Tell me your life story. I'm the cheapest therapist around, so
I can't beat
Tommy
it.
at the bar. It's my bar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's get into the COVID year. So what was that like for you guys?
It was weird. It was St. Patty's Day of 2020, and I just remember I wasn't getting ready. And Cody was like, what are you doing? Like, get ready. We got to go open up the bar, you know, because we opened up early on that day. And I was like, man, Kim Reynolds is shutting us down today. I have a feeling that it's happening. So I'm not going to do my hair and makeup because I'm going to be here. You know, there's no point. And she came on the news at, I can't even remember what time it was, but she said all bars, restaurants, salons, and like a few other places had to be closed by noon that day. And so I was like, see, it looks like we're not opening. And every Thursday she would do a press conference. And every Thursday we would tune in, like hoping she was going to be like, all right, we're going to reopen these businesses, blah, blah, blah. And she didn't. I mean, it was like almost 3 months of us being at home. And
I mean, you probably loved it, but then hated it.
I did. So we had a 6-month-old, right? Viola was 6 months. So that was wonderful being at home with her every single day, all day. Second day into quarantine, I took a pregnancy test, found out we were having our second baby.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And so it was funny because at that time it was me, Haley, Cody, and Chelsea living together. And Chelsea, Thomas's sister. And she, you got, like, we paid our employees the entire time that we were closed. But obviously, like, bartending wages are not anywhere near like what, Chelsea was a CNA at the time. So she was making much larger money than what we were.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%. Because, like, I mean, that's like me at Verizon. If I go and have time off like that, I'm not getting paid.
And do you make like commission?
Yeah, I make commission.
Okay. So yeah. So it's like, our commission was gone. It was just hourly wages. And so she would always make jokes that she was the breadwinner of the house.
That's funny.
Which she was. I mean, but it's like we all had one bank account for 3 months. We would all get paid, put all of our money together and get groceries, eat out. Like, we just hung out, watched movies and just chilled. And like the first month was amazing. It was, but then like month 2 and 3, we were like, okay, we all need to get back to work. Like I'm kind of getting sick of everybody in this house right now.
One thing I do want to go back to, so you and Cody's family clicked so well. Mm-hmm. How important is that? You think that kind of helped you guys grow to what it is now? It
was huge for us. We're both very family oriented people. And like I said, his cousin Molly and I, we were like this. Like, oh yeah, we have a little joke that literally Cody and I met so that Molly and I could be best friends. But we, and not only that, like my cousins get along well with his cousins. It just, like Thanksgiving, we hosted at our house and like my dad and his fiance and her daughter, they come and then it's all of Cody's family. So it's just, everybody just meshes so well together and that's huge. It's like Christmas, we'll go spend a few hours with my family and then go spend the rest of the night with his family. And so we still do like the opposite family things, but like birthday parties for our kids and stuff. It's just everybody gets along. They all know each other. It's amazing.
It's always that like, there's never that tension. It's always love in the room.
It literally is. I don't think there's ever been a rift between his family and my family.
Oh yeah. I think that's, once you have that, you probably don't ever even see that, like, see the mad side.
Yeah, no.
So that's really important, honestly. You can go so far in life with that.
For sure.
And, like, look, obviously.
Well, that and like, like I know growing up, because my dad was always traveling. So I wasn't like, his family's all from Sioux City, but we didn't like see his family all that much. I was always with my mom's cousins or my mom's siblings and their kids. So all my cousins on that side. Mm-hmm. And we're like, our kids, they're with both sides of cousins all the time and they all get along. And it's great that they're going to be able to have that childhood with both sides.
For sure. So let's get into Mr. Thomas Worden.
That guy.
So I do want to come back to, because you did talk about fitness and everything like that. You, Tommy, and Cody all did the 75-day hard, right? Or the 90-day hard.
We did a 90 hard, yeah.
90 hard.
Yeah.
How was that for you guys?
Hard.
It was hard. But we're also hard-headed that it was like, we just wanted to be the best, right?
Yeah. Was it competitive?
I wouldn't say competitive. We were just very supportive of each other.
Okay.
Cody refused to read. That was like part of our 90 hard is you had to read at least 10 minutes a day of a book. Mm-hmm. And where Thomas and I, we did it. Cody was like, I'll play chess. That's mind stimulating, blah, 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 whatever. And so Thomas and I were kind of like, we'll give him shit. Like, man, you didn't even do the full 90 hard because you didn't even read. But Thomas and I, we were getting up at like 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, where Cody, he got the second shift of the gym. So he didn't have to be there till like 9:00. So he got to sleep in. But I was, I think 2 months postpartum. No, less than that. I was like 6 weeks postpartum probably.
Just right after.
Cause
You're just getting over, not getting over, but like 6 weeks is usually like, that's where you're kind of healed.
yeah, well, I think it might have been earlier than 6 weeks. Cause I remember my doctor being like, you can't work out yet. And I was like, I've already been doing it. So I don't know what you mean I can't do it.
You're not going to tell me.
Yeah, it's already happening, lady. So, but it was, I think that was great for my mental state too. You know, after a baby, girls go through postpartum and stuff. And I obviously have always had Cody, who's just amazing with newborn babies. But I think me prioritizing my health on top of it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one thing you learned from it? Like when you did it and you're like, you completed it, you're like, oh shit.
The discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
Fuck yes. Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Anybody that
I did it. I was on steroids when I did it, but you know.
Don't do it with the steroids.
I'm saying without the steroids.
Do it without the steroids.
Let's do it. Let's do it without the steroids. Like I'm trying to, like, honestly, because I'm trying to get fit.
When you saw me, when you didn't see me, when you saw me, you were like, how the hell did you get like that?
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
I did.
juiced.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude. I was juiced up.
Shooting up every night. No.
I was taking needles. I was just doing the most. And like, I saw what I was doing. I was like, hell yeah. Then obviously you get with the woman that cooks for you and you're like,
Okay. I don't need all that.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I'm saying like we should do it though.
yeah.
I think it would be good for our mental.
Yeah, no, it's huge for your mental.
What I think it'd be cool is do it for like the show.
And then people can see the progression that
like,
you're having.
Yes, like I was kind of thinking of a name of it one day. It was like From the Heights, Snatched in 60 or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
it's still in the lab. It's still cooking.
Snatched era. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
so one person that like I wanted, like, I'm not trying to give him a shout out because like I mean I used to watch David Dobrik religiously, like
Okay.
every day. Like every time he dropped a pot or a video, I was watching.
Yeah.
And he has this guy named Zelia or whatever his best friend's name, owns like a gym thing. And David Dobrik got really like big. He like not really big, but he was getting
Thicker.
thicker. Yeah. And he actually like for the first time has abs and everything. He's ripped. And he did like, he grinded.
He did the damn thing.
He did the damn thing. And I think that's what, like, cause I've never had like actual abs. I've gotten skinny. I've done the like, cause I at one point I was like 250, 260.
That's crazy to think you 250, but
Yeah. I was like I think I was 5'5'6", 5'6", and I was 260 almost, I think.
holy shit.
Yeah. And
Like in
then-
high school?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was pretty big in high school. I got big and then cause I played a lot of video games and I was traveling. I didn't care.
Yeah. Eating all the snacks, drinking Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
doing the video game thing.
And then I actually, because when I graduated high school, I was like 5'7", 5'8", or I think it was like 5'7", and then I was a pretty big boy. And then I just hit this. I was like, I want to lose weight. Did it, and I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to like 160.
Were you working out or were you just watching what you ate?
I watched what I ate and worked out.
See, people don't realize the diet it's like 80-20, man.
I was eating chicken, right? Or like I strictly like I didn't change it up. Like I know people get sick of things. I got sick of it, but like it was like discipline to me.
No.
And I just ate chicken, rice, and broccoli. That's all I ate.
Oh.
Sometimes
Oh, yeah.
cauliflower, but
I
like
just-
steamed cauliflower, broccoli, and then like rice and chicken.
Yeah, I went from 300 pounds to 215. And yeah, dude, it was insane. It was what an insane transformation. I remember even like I saw you after like 8 months. And
I told him, I was like, damn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
You're like, you're juicing. He's like, I am.
yeah. That's
Well,
the
no,
thing.
I was just like, damn, because like I'm not trying to like hate on you, Drake, but you were fat.
I know, dude.
He was fat.
I've gained my shit back. That's the thing. It's
No,
like,
no, you still look good now.
because I was.
Angelica cooks really good food. I
Yeah.
could imagine.
I know.
So.
Trust me.
yeah.
Love her to death, but it's like, damn. Like,
Chill out.
We need to,
Chill
we need-
out.
yeah,
Stop
we need to-
feeding me.
yeah, we need to go back to the green.
Well, then her sister makes desserts.
I haven't,
right,
I haven't-
Karina?
I haven't tried her desserts, but one thing I've tried is their corn.
Corn.
Their Mexican corn.
Oh,
Gas.
okay.
gas.
Gas.
Well, I'm gonna
I haven't
need to
tried
try
hers,
that.
but Mexican corn.
text Karina or the group chat you're in. I'm like, yo, whoever makes corn out of y'all, I need it.
All right,
Need it.
Karina, you're seeing this. I'm gonna need your corn.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Okay.
you.
Bring it to the bar.
Yeah, bring
I'm
it.
telling you, it's-
Halloween night. Bring us some food.
Yeah, we had it.
Sunday potluck. What are the
Yeah,
two?
Sunday,
I need
what-
it.
We had it for 4th of July. I'm telling you, I had like 3 plates.
Hell yeah.
I was grabbing.
Greg was like, I know I'm gonna gain weight from this, but fuck it.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude.
It's healthy. It's corn. It's
that's
fine.
like I say, I weighed myself. I'm weighing about 250 now, like 255.
That's not bad though. You were 300.
I
bro.
know. That's what I'm saying. Best part's like I knew where I was at. That's what, like even like now I'll give shit 10 joke because I still have a vial up on top of the
Oh goodness.
on top of the thing.
He's
I
like,
was
I'm
like,
gonna hit it.
I was like, babe, hand me the steroid. And she's like, great. And she just shakes her head. She's like, stop. I'm like,
But no, yeah, I'm at like right now. I'm at like almost. I think it's like 210, between 205 and 210.
that's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
I was
but
gonna say you two are both tall people, so
Yeah.
But I wanna
Imagine if
hit-
we were like 5'4", then everything would be down bad right now.
yeah. This would be like,
Yeah, we'd be way top heavy.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
for real.
That's saying God gave us, the link for a good while. So
Yeah.
now we just gotta
But
we gotta complete the process.
okay, so don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to go for abs. Like, it would be cool to
Yeah,
have
I-
abs for a little bit, but
Yeah.
like, I just want to get fit.
For sure.
I just want to feel it. Like what I told Joshua back in the day, I was like, I don't want like when I obviously got off the shit. Once you get off like testosterone and shit like that, like I gained so much. But when I was on it, dude, I ate so much food. Like there was no in between.
But no, but there's the thing is like when you're working out, like I ate a lot too.
because you're
Like,
burning all those calories.
Yeah,
and
'cause
stuff.
so me and my buddy Logan for a while, like I also noticed like people that have like, so it runs in my family. It's like a little bit anger sometimes, like when things like I don't like let it out as much as like a lot of my family members do.
Yeah.
But like the gym really helped me. Like it, like anything like little that would set someone off, like my family members, I would think is weird. Why are you doing that? Like why are you getting set off over something simple?
Mhm.
Even big things, I'd be so calm.
It's not the way to react.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you think so much more clear when you're in the gym and like you're actually healthy.
We
'Cause,
can
like-
let loose of those emotions too.
Yeah. And when I just feel like when you're unhealthy person and you're just like doing whatever, there's like things that like set your mindset like differently. Like you were saying, like it's just so much healthier. I just feel like it'd be good for both of us, like especially for our mindset going forward with this would be help us clear it. Cause like think about David Goggins.
Yeah, for sure.
beast mode.
Beast mode. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes crazy, bro. Like he's
Mhm.
You just
nonstop
finished
on
the
the ground.
Moab.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
It's insane. 240 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
What's one thing? So obviously you're in the gym. You and Cody and Tommy are huge in the gym. What keeps you motivated to keep going into the gym? 'Cause
The
once you-
kids.
yeah,
The kids. And I just, I want my husband to always have a hot wife.
can't beat that.
Yeah. Those are my motivation right there. I want to stay healthy for my kids and, remind my husband what he has. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
So what's yeah? Did you have a question?
No, I was
No.
disagreeing.
I'm gonna say let's get back to Tommy. So what's your biggest fondest moment of Tommy? Like when did Tommy come into your life and you're like, this is my little boy?
Well, when I first started dating Cody, he was like, "This is Thomas, my cousin. He's always here." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And like obviously giving him all of our 5s and 1s and giving him the car, things like that. I love that kid more than he'll ever know. And I know like when we lived,
Fuck you, Tommy. No, just kidding.
when
Just
we
kidding.
lived at the Bryan Street house,
Mm-hmm.
which fun fact, you lived there too.
Yes, sir. 2021 Bryan Street.
Yeah, a great house.
Hell yeah.
Don't we give it out confident? No, I'm just kidding.
We don't know who lives there now. It's fine.
We up now.
Yeah. But when we lived there with Cody's cousins. And obviously Thomas was sleeping there almost every night. And then we wanted a dog. And the landlord wouldn't allow dogs at that house, or at that moment in time, he wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so my cousin had just bought a house over here on the north side. And she was like, "Yeah, you guys can move in. You can have your dog." And I just remember like the look on Thomas's face when we were moving. And I know that going through his head was like, man, they're moving in with Kayla's cousin. Like, is she going to be cool with me staying there? Like I stay with them here and stuff like that. And I told him, I was like, Danny's going to be open to you being there. Of course. Like you live with us. Wherever we go, you go. And I mean, there was, for the most part, us living at that house, Cody and I slept on the couch and gave Thomas our bed almost every night. Cause we were out partying. He had school in the morning. So we were like, you sleep there. We're fine on the couch. And just little things like that. Like I would give up my bed for him, like I wanted him to be comfortable and still live a kid life.
Mm-hmm.
Hear that, Tommy? You better be a
He
yeah.
He is.
I know he is. He's a good dude. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like at the end of the day, like me and Tommy joke, like he's like fuck this guy, like talking to me,
For
like,
sure.
But like
Yeah.
I honestly, hands down, like I remember when Tommy came back and I was like, his car was full of shit and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, Quincy, let's hang out." I'm like, "All right, but let's hang out." And we went to the bar and stuff. And I was like, he was like, "Did you just come back?" And he's
Just
like,
got
"Yeah."
my clothes in here, my whole life. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, he's like, "Yeah, I just got back, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, man, get fucked up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while.
After hearing his podcast with you guys, I didn't know how rough he had it up in Minnesota. And there was one story where he talked about how Cody and I went to go visit him, and we did, but we had to leave that night because we had to work the next morning or next afternoonish. And I told him, I was like, we told him that, and he was like, "Oh, you guys aren't staying." And in my head, I thought it was because we weren't going to be at the bars till bar closed with him. Mm-hmm. But after hearing that story, I mean, I think he was hoping we got a hotel room, so he just had a bed to sleep in that night. And it breaks my heart because I was definitely one of the people that was like urging him to take that job, because I'd never wanted him to think, what if? What if I didn't, if he didn't take it and he was like, what if that would have led somewhere else? And after hearing that podcast, I was like, man, I kind of wish I could turn back time and tell him to stay at Vermilion and not leave and go up there. But,
learning.
Yeah, he learned a lot of lessons.
Where he's at now. He's
exactly.
doing good for himself.
Oh, yeah.
And like when he went to DSU, like right out of high school, I mean, I think I drove him back and forth every other weekend so that he could come back to Sioux City. I would work a double on a Friday night and wake up and go pick him up in DSU. I would make him drive back. Like if he was in the car, he was driving. But, like when we moved him into his dorm, everybody else had their parents, right? So like 40s, 50-year-old people moving their college kids in, right? And then you had Cody and I, and me just bawling my eyes out, and Thomas being like, "Knock it off, Kayla. Like, you're embarrassing me." And I'm like, "But you're our son, just leaving,
That's funny.
Yeah. On his, the day he graduated high school, I remember he called me. Well, I got a call from jail, and I answered it, and it was Thomas. And he was like, "Hey, I'm in jail." And I was like, "Obviously, that's who just called, right? It's not your personal number." And I was like, "What's going on? Why are you in jail?" And he told me that he went over the center line, and I stopped and I said, "Well, Thomas, they don't take people to jail for going over the center line." And he paused and he said, "You're right. I'm drunk." And
that's a Tommy thing to say, too.
And I bawled, and I was like, "Cody, we got to go get him out," crying because, little Thomas is in jail. And Cody was like, "Man, he's fucking fine. He's going to sober up in the morning. They're going to let him out because they don't let you leave till you blow zeros." And it was a rough night for me, but then he got to come home the next day. And obviously I should have been like, "You're grounded for getting a DUI on your 18th, when you're 18 on your graduation day." But I probably took him out to eat or something because I felt bad that he hadn't had a good meal in 24 hours,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
She was babying him.
Literally.
All right, so the final segment we have is what's it like being a mom?
The best job I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
So like I said, my mom and her twin, they were amazing moms. Their mom, my grandma, was absolutely amazing. And learning from the three of them, and even just my other aunts, my mom's sisters and stuff, creating the magic for my kids is the greatest gift I could have ever gotten.
Yeah.
Watching silly things like me just switching out the decorations for a holiday and watching the kids come home and, "Oh my God, it's Halloween in here now," or, "Oh my, it's Christmas." It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
It is.
What's the difference going from, obviously you had two girls and you finally got your boy. What's been the big change of
Boys are disgusting.
Oh.
Boys are gross. You guys are just born nasty. It is what it is. I think the first time we did this, my Snapchat memory was literally our son in the toilet. I couldn't find him anywhere, and he was just hanging out in the toilet like it was a splash pad. He's a nasty little boy, but I think all boys are just kind of like that, right? Like he definitely, one day he asked to go pee on the tree, and I thought that's all he was doing, and then he took a shit on the tree, and I was like, "Dude, you can't just poop outside. Like, what are you doing?" The girls never thought about doing something like that. The girls didn't like their hands dirty. He's like, "I'm in the dirt. I'm part with the dirt." Like he's just,
I am one.
Yeah.
He's taking, I go take a piss. Okay. Just takes a dump.
And I just,
That's some guy shit.
I was like, I said, because he came over, because like obviously he has to wipe when he poops, right? And he was like, poop. And I was like, what do you mean poop? And he said, tree. I was like, dude, did you just poop on the tree? You cannot do that. Like, I shouldn't even be letting you pee on the tree as much as I do. But like, come on, man.
Yeah. What's been like one of your best moments of being a parent? Just learning from them and kind of experience.
Learning from them, yes. Just watching them all have their different personalities, right? And that like as they get older, it just blossoms more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And like Viola, she is, definitely the oldest. She's bossy, she's conniving, she's she loves her siblings. But then Pearl, the biggest sweetheart in the entire world, she would do anything for her siblings. And she's so much like me. She, and when I am switching out those decorations, she's right there with me doing it. And then Doc is just, he's all boy, man. Sports. He'll sit there and watch golf on the TV with Cody for hours. He just is his little mini me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which one acts like you? Which one acts like Cody? Out of all the three.
Pearl is definitely me to a T. Like, no doubt about it. But Pearl does have like another side to her that she's a little savage, which I never was like that. Cause I was the middle child, and like my dad would always describe me as the perfect child, where she is the perfect child, but out of nowhere that switch can flip real fast.
Yeah.
She becomes like Viola. She used to scratch her sister's face. And I remember the first conferences we had when Viola was 3, and her teachers were like, so do you guys have a cat? Or, because, she'd always have scratches on her face. And we're like, no, we have a Pearl. And that's just the way she fights, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So you have a post back in February 14th on Valentine's Day. It's you are the best mom ever. She was so excited to go to school and show off her unicorn.
So those were, what year was that?
2024.
Okay. So that would have been, it might have been both the girls, to be honest. But I think, because it's a text, right, from Cody.
Yep.
I am that mom that I will stay up for hours so that they have the most perfect little goodie bags to take to school. I love to treat the teachers that they have because I feel like they deserve so much. I mean, they're there with not only my kids, but how many other kids all day long, and even paras and just helpers in the classroom. I think they deserve it all. So those unicorns, they took me probably like 3 hours to make that night.
Shit.
But I did it, and I loved every moment of it. And watching their smiles in the morning when they got to see like what they were taking to all their friends, that's what makes it worth it to me.
Oh yeah. I love that.
She made you something. She's like, I know you wiped some away, but these prints were made to stay. So keep them forever. A treasured little bee, a special I love you to you from me.
Yes. All those little things I keep right there in my nightstand drawer. Teachers do amazing things with kids and these little keepsakes that parents get and stuff like that. But like that quote, one thing I've learned from my kids, because I am a clean freak. I like things organized. And so I'm constantly cleaning. And, you guys know with kids, it's just a never ending battle, right?
Yeah.
Like I will go organize their toy room every single day. And the next day they're just going to dump out all those same bins, but I'm still going to go put the toys in the correct bins and stuff. But that quote makes me think of like when I'm washing the windows, right? Just Windexing windows, the amount of fingerprints on there. And then they come up after I wash them and put their fingerprints back on there. And so it's just a never ending battle, but it's one day those fingerprints aren't going to be there. Yeah. And they're not going to be touching my windows anymore. And it makes me take a minute to just appreciate those little things like that.
Yeah. So last question on the mom.
I'm going to tell you one thing too with that being said. The kids will appreciate it too that you kept them. Because my father, obviously passed away. So like when I went to his house, like we went through everything. My dad still had stuff that I made when I was in like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, like stuff I made for him.
For sure.
It was still in the shelves.
So I hope they do, because I have a bin for each of them, and I've got folders for each age and grade. So I keep like every, I do things big, right? Like even small things like their baptisms were huge parties that I threw afterwards. Cause I want every moment to be special. And So I keep like invites. I keep, Doc drew a fire truck at school. I keep that in his folder for his 3 years. And one day I'm like, when they get older and they have their own spouses, are they going to be like, oh my God, like, Doc's wife that he has one day, is she going to be like, oh my God, your mom never threw away anything? Like, what are we supposed to do with all this stuff? But, my mom kept all my stuff and I love to go through it. My girls love to go through it to this day.
My dad kept blankets. Like, so we used to go camping a lot and like we sold the camper obviously after years went by and stuff. My dad kept everything, like all the like sentimental things to him. He kept like, I just went through some of his clothes and stuff. And like, he has like old shirts from like when he worked at a company and like when he owned this like cable company and stuff. Like he has all those, like,
those are all his memories.
Yeah. And like, so I was like,
by now.
Yeah. Well, I kept him, I just think it's cool. Like, cause I didn't know this about my dad. My dad didn't tell me too much about his old like past life.
Yeah.
And like, I learned a lot about him. And like just knowing, like seeing, cause I didn't go through his clothes and stuff, till now.
Yeah.
And seeing that stuff is like,
well, see, like my mom, she kept so many things of like clothing of my sister and I's. And now like one thing in particular, my sister and I had these fabulous fur coats that we would only wear on Christmas Eve. And she one day brought them over and I didn't even think she had them anymore. And now my girls wear them on Christmas Eve. And the box of clothes that these kids have when they eventually have kids, they're not even going to have to buy clothing because I try to only keep special items, but the amount of special items that I have, I'm like, it might be getting a little ridiculous, but it's fine.
Oh yeah.
The nice thing about having kids though too is like now my newborn with my 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm going to still buy my newborn clothes.
But you don't have to buy near as much.
No. Cause like I buy a lot of name brand shit. Like that's what I like. I like about these, like, it's not like I go buy it from the like actual stores. Cause like you can go to Once Upon a Child.
Dude, Once Upon a Child, shout out to them because that place it's
saved me so much money, but it's nice clothes.
Nice
like,
clothes.
I bought so there's like this sweater and it's like, it kind of like, it's like almost a dress, but not a dress. Like it's like one of those things, what I'm talking about. But it's a Calvin Klein one and it's so cute. And I was like, I got
to.
I bought it. It was like $10. I was like, what?
See, I am keeping a lot of like very nice items that, like my dad being traveling all over the world, like he'll buy the girls things like in London and stuff like that. So those things I'm keeping, but the amount of clothes that I was able to give to my cousin when she had her baby, I mean, bins on bins on bins. She did not have to buy anything. And then
all my newborn stuff.
Yeah. And then once she got done using them, now she gave them to my friend Amanda, who now she doesn't have, but it's also so fun seeing like my niece Mabel wearing the clothes that the girls used to wear, or now Olivia wearing those clothes that the girls used to wear. And it brings back so many memories. And I love to be able to help people out if I can in any sort of way. So my friend Amanda, she only has the one daughter and I know she's going to have more kids. So now I'm saving all of Doc's clothes because I'm like, hey, you might have a boy and I got the hookup for you with all these boy clothes.
Oh yeah.
Tell her, let me know. Like, so I went to like Once Upon a Child one day, had all onesies. You fill up a bag, $10.
Yeah.
It was $10 for the whole bag.
So Morgan is the girl that owns that.
Yeah.
And dude, it's right down the street from our house. She's doing amazing things in there.
Oh yeah. Cause I was going through, you know me, I like to like search like for the name brand stuff. And I was finding Nike. And it was all clean. I was like, okay. And at the time I was looking at the price tags and, I was like, I didn't care. I was like, whatever, I'll pay for this. And then she goes, yeah, that's $10 for that one. And I was like, $10? That's it?
Yeah.
Let me go back and get more.
Well, that, and then, kids grow out of things so fast.
Oh yeah.
So you want to buy them the name brand stuff, but you're like, man, this $55 Nike outfit you're going to wear for 2 months and then you're going to be it's going to be too small on you. So being able to go there and getting half price, if not cheaper, it's amazing.
And then I'll just give back.
Yeah.
To the people that want it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
The stuff some of it's gender neutral. It's like not,
oh yeah,
straight boy or girl. And then
really you throw a little bow on a girl and anything can be gender neutral. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You throw a bow. I wasn't a fan of bows at first.
No?
I got you on a ponytail.
You do like a ponytail?
No, it's like, the only thing I'm doing is a ponytail. That's all
No,
I can
no,
do.
but-
What, to jazz up the ponytail, you got to throw a little bow in there.
No,
I
but I'm
try.
saying with
it don't fit well. Like I try it.
no, I'm saying with the
that's not
newborn
my-
though. With the newborn, you have to do a bow because, like, you know,
Everybody thinks they're a boy. Yeah.
But like, I wasn't a fan of bows, and then all of a sudden I see my daughter in a bow. I was like,
Okay, that's pretty cute.
That's very cute.
See, I don't like I never liked the elastic bows for my girls because I felt like, you know, it was indenting their heads. And you guys probably don't know, but like a headband is not that comfortable. No. So I
mean, I wear headbands. They're not comfortable.
They're not comfortable.
I mean, you got to think about it. These headsets. We used to game. We used to wear these headsets all day. Like
you had that indent in your hair.
Yeah. Shoot, some guys have the indent in their head because it's so tight.
For real.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like Jinxie. Have you ever seen him?
Nah.
Bro, when he wears a headset so tight, like he turned one day and you could see the indent in his head.
You're like, bro, you better hope you always have hair.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
Yeah. Yeah, but what type of mom are you? Like, obviously there's like, you know, the word I'm looking for is, strict or the soft.
I'm definitely the soft one.
Okay.
Probably not like, obviously we're not trying to say you're soft, but like, you know what I mean? But like, Cody's probably more
Cody's definitely like, if the kids are doing something and they're not going to listen to me, I threaten, okay, I'm going to tell your dad.
How's Cody's dad voice?
Oh, as dad voice as they come.
Okay.
Yeah. His favorite line, I think, is like if they're crying for no reason and he's like, I'll give you something to cry about. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh man, you've been waiting to say that, haven't you?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I can't wait to see him say that. But my kids are a little young right now. You know, they're still 2 and stuff, but like, they're still like the whiny stage.
Yeah. Oh no, terrible twos is a real thing.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
But I'm definitely the one that coddles them. Like, you know, I'm not a gentle parent by any means because I do believe in yelling at your kids. I do believe that, you know, certain instances a kid needs to be spanked, right? They learn from it. But generally, if Cody's gonna spank him, I'm gonna cuddle him right afterwards. So
it'd be like that.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
That's how it is over on our side. Yeah. It's like,
which my mom and my aunt are gonna watch this, and I promise you, Cody does not spank them near as much as what they might think it is because they're kind of ridiculous. But
oh my god,
yeah. They're gonna hear that and be like, "We're calling CPS right now." No, but you know, they definitely. Cody's constantly like, "You're making Doc a sissy boy," and I'm like, "Dude, one, I've heard stories about you, and
I heard you were a sissy boy."
Yeah, you were a sissy boy. He used to like on purpose fall out of his bed when he was younger, so his grandma would come pick him up and put her in her bed and cuddle him to sleep, and he was awake the entire time. He would do it on purpose. She, you know, I'm sure she knew he was awake, but she was like, whatever. Yeah. So anytime he tries to say that, I'm like, dude, you would fall out of your bed on purpose to sleep with your grandma. Like, knock it off. You were a sissy boy. And look how nice you are now. Like, hopefully Doc is always that nice guy like he is, you know?
I remember like growing up and stuff, like, cause I lived with my dad a lot more than my mom.
Yeah.
And I always slept with my dad.
Dude.
Like, even when like my stepmom came in my life, like I was in between them.
Yeah. I always slept with my mom till she got remarried. And I remember the first night he was staying the night and my mom was like, cause you know, I was 14. My mom was like, hey, you and your sister, you have to sleep on the couch, in your actual beds that you have, like somewhere else. And we were like, why can't David sleep on the couch? Like, why does David get the bed? That's our bed with you. Like, what is this?
What's going on?
But our first daughter, she slept with us. Cause you know, first time parents, everybody was like, don't let the baby sleep with you. And I was like, okay, whatever. Pearl definitely slept with us. Doc maybe has slept in our bed 5 times, but because of that, and like we, you know, you learn from each child, right? And Doc, we had that bedtime routine down with him. The dude does not want to be by people when he's sleeping. He's like, I love my bed. You give me chocolate milk and my puppy and I'm set. He doesn't even want to be in our bed, where the girls, they go to sleep in their bed, but then by like between 3 and 5 in the morning, they're in Cody and I's bed for sure.
Hell yeah.
No.
I love it. Yeah, but that's all I really got for like the whole segments. And so, you ready to get to the questions?
Yes.
Okay. With what you know about life now, you somehow run into your 16-year-old self. What advice are you giving her?
I'm telling her to, so more like senior year, just chill and try not to get out of high school so fast. Enjoy every moment of it. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't go to prom my senior year.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Me neither.
Because I skipped a lot my senior year. And I just remember they told me I had 86 hours worth of detention that I had to serve before I could go to prom. And I was, like I said, I was a great student. So my senior year is definitely things went downhill because senioritis. I didn't want to be there anymore. Had a late arrival, early dismissal, but still was skipping classes. And if I could turn back time, I would just tell her to chill and just enjoy it. Like,
Hell yeah.
you know, you get out to the real world and
It's not
after you
everything
graduate.
One of my best friends wanted to go. Like she was a year younger than me. She wanted to go to prom with me. Like we had the plan going. Like I was gonna go to her prom and she was gonna go to mine.
Yeah.
Growing up, and we were getting all set up to go. I was gonna go buy the tickets, and they're like, "Oh, you can't buy them." And they're like, "You skipped to like, or you have to go." And then I went and talked to the attendance guy or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, you've missed too much school, man. You're not going to prom." I said, "Dude, you're really gonna make me miss my senior prom, like, bro, like." Just because you probably, and I got mad, like I got kind of mad. I was like, just because you didn't enjoy your prom probably doesn't mean you're going to ruin
Because you
mine.
were a loser in high school doesn't mean I am. No.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was tight, and I was like,
See, the attendance lady, Lisa Davenport, I don't know if you guys know her at all, but she was the attendance lady at North when I went there. And she was super nice. She was like, Kayla, I'll drop it down to 16 hours. I won't even make you do the full 86. And I was like, 16, I'm not doing 16 hours worth of detention. Like, what?
Shit.
I've never done detention. I'm
if
not
they
doing
would have
that.
hit me with that, I would have been like, all right, let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
run it.
see, turning back time, I would have been like, dude,
Just do it.
just do it or just don't skip. Just
Yeah.
go to fucking class.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
God, the things I was doing when I was skipping, I didn't need to be doing. So
Yeah.
just go to class.
Literally.
Yeah.
All right. The second question. What's one thing you want your children to learn from you?
The love that they deserve their entire eternity of life. Never to settle. Just, you know, I think Cody and I being huge on like not fighting in front of them and things like that. Like, I just want them to know healthy relationships are huge and that's what you deserve.
Hell yeah. What's one thing you learned from your children?
To chill out on cleaning. I still am a freak about it, but
Yeah.
kind of slow it down a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I slowed it down a lot. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, you know, it is what it is.
See,
And this-
Cody, like if I'm not at home and he cleans a playroom, I can tell because the bins are not right. And he's like, yeah, why would I put them right? They're just going to mess it up tomorrow. And I'm like, because my OCD, man.
That's
Now
me too.
I'm going to be laying in bed thinking about how the Barbie stuff's not with the Barbie stuff because you just wanted to throw things into a bin real quick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you should see their closet. Like, well, it's nice now because Bailey did it, but me, I'm like, throw it in the closet. The room look clean. We good. We out.
It's like look around like, look all right.
Look all right. And the, you know,
You
the closet,
got to tilt your head for a second. Like, looks good.
the closet's full, but the room looks good. You know what I'm saying? But they pull it out the next day anyways. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, at the end of the day, I'm like, it is what it is.
It's that Ben Affleck meme. I saw Cody tag you in it. It's like when you hear that toy box
It's
drop.
that cigarette.
Yeah, he's like smoking the cigarette. I was
For
like, I
real.
swear to God, dude.
See, Cody, I couldn't trust him to do the kids' closets because he would just throw things in there. So, like, we have our pink jobs and our blue jobs, and that is a pink job is laundry, and that is my job, and I'm okay with that. Like, I like things being organized, and he's colorblind
Do
too.
you guys have
so.
like the jobs like written down or?
No, it's an understanding between
What's
the two.
understanding it now?
Yeah,
We need that. We
Yeah,
need that.
Yeah.
like
We need that at home. All right.
I
I hate laundry.
outside work, that's Cody. I'm not shoveling. I'm not mowing. I don't even know how to turn on a mower. My girls think the way I do, and mowers are for boys. That's
Yeah.
not my job.
Hell yeah.
I don't take
Doc
up
will be the boy that
Yeah.
when he gets old enough, he's gonna be mowing the lawn. Cody's gonna be like, just
Literally.
back drinking a beer.
I like growing up, my parents, they didn't make me, my mom didn't see like, if we wanted money, she'd be like, okay, then you can do the floors today, something like that. But it wasn't like, we did our own laundry. We did our dishes. My mom and my aunt were like, you guys be kids. We're here to do these things.
Yeah.
We're the moms. You guys don't need to do that. And that's the same energy I want to give to my kids. Like I do the laundry, I do the dishes. And, I wish Cody would take this one thing from my grandpa. He never let my grandma vacuum. He said it was too hard on her back. And Cody's whole thing with it is, vacuums are a lot different than they were back in the 60s, which they are. They pretty much pull themselves.
Oh my god! I
But-
remember my dad's. He had the one that had so it had the hose. So you had
It was
the cord,
yeah.
and then it was a big old freaking vacuum, and then you had the hose to the thing that the vacuum.
You have
So
to
you're-
drag that around. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. And see, that's why my grandpa was like, nope, that's too hard on my wife's back. She's not going to vacuum. So my grandpa vacuumed. Where Cody does help me with the floors. That is like one job that is just both blue and pink. We both do it. I just really wish he'd take that over because I hate doing the floors.
Oh,
I respect it.
And dogs,
I'd be down for. Listen, if Bailey goes, I'll do laundry, you do the floors. All right, bet.
How do you feel about dishes?
I hate dishes too, but I'll do them.
See,
we have a dishwasher and like I'll rinse them out. Like I'm big on like, so my biggest thing is rinse your dish after you're done.
Thank you.
That's all I want because like I hate going to like a dish and there's just hard, crusty shit in it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like if you just rinse it out while it's still wet, it comes right out.
It comes right
and
off.
then it's still a dirty dish. But then when I come to actually do the dishes, I can just
Throw them in.
Throw them in the washer.
See,
Boom.
I have a dishwasher. I see it as a sanitizer.
Yeah.
Like I clean the dishes before they go in. But that's like one thing for me.
I still use the Dawn dish soap and stuff,
Yeah. The power wash. You got to get the Dawn power wash.
Yeah.
But I do not let dishes sit. So like, we make dinner right together. We'll make dinner. He'll sit down with the kids. I'm doing the dishes before I can sit down because I know once I sit down, I'm going to eat and then I'm going to have to clean these dishes. And I can't stand dishes in the sink. It's a kind of toxic trait, but not because it's clean, right?
We use paper plates.
Oh, paper plates all the way.
Yeah, like honestly, like it's been our biggest thing. Like the only time we use like normal plates is like me and Bailey are having a nice little dinner together or whatever, something like that.
Or like you have to use a steak knife and you don't want to cut through the paper plate.
Yeah. But otherwise,
paper plates
all day.
All time.
We don't care. Like, and then so a lot of times we have a rule though. So like if she cooks, I clean the dishes.
Tell Angelica that. It's a battle between her and I. She'll cook. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. She's like, no.
See, I don't.
Like, dude, chill out.
I don't. I don't want anybody else doing the dishes.
Really?
Yeah. It's just I've got the way I do it. I wipe down the counters afterwards. Like
so you're the dishes too.
I am the dishes
and
too.
Laundry.
Yep, that is.
I'd be
jobs.
cool with that. Like I honestly hate dishes.
Yeah,
like, it's my biggest thing. That's why I love paper plates because I'm like,
I can throw that away.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my biggest thing is because like I hate messing with bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have to clean a bottle right away.
Yeah.
Every friend of mine that has babies, I'm like, don't let your bottles sit.
No.
That shit stinks.
We rinse it. So I rinse them.
Oh.
Rinse them every time.
I rinse them every time.
So like say if she's like, get her a new bottle and hands me her old bottle, I rinse that thing. I put it on hot as can be.
Yeah.
I put water in it, shake it up,
take all that nipple out, get all the stuff in. Yeah.
I make sure I get all the gunk out and then I'll drop it in the sink because I'm like, I'm not doing the rest. Sometimes I will, but like sometimes I'm like.
See, Cody and I, we had such a good system with bottles. Pink job. We had like a little bottle sanitizer that would just go in the microwave.
Yeah.
And so after the bottle was done, you would just rinse it instantly. Throw some soap in there, rinse that out, and then you put it in the bottle sanitizer. And then once that thing was filled, whoever filled it, put that in the microwave and then unloaded the bottles. Okay. So we always like, there was never, and I think that was huge for my postpartum and stuff is there was never like a buildup of like dirty diapers or bottles or anything, which don't get me wrong, throughout the night. Yeah, I'm not rinsing a bottle. I'm doing that all in the morning. Yes, I'm going to take all the dirty diapers that we used in the middle of the night and throw them away that morning because I'm.
Oh yeah, do you just throw them or not like throw them, but you have a spot for them?
Dude, our first child, Viola, we had a diaper genie, like what people get you for baby shower, whatever. And the first time we had to unload that thing was so full of diapers, and that's a blue job, that's a garbage, right? Yeah. So Cody's unloading it, and we're both sitting there gagging because the smell of just a garbage bag full of fucking diapers was so disgusting to us that the two of us were like, we're throwing this thing out. We're never using it. We will throw the diapers in the garbage and take the garbage out. Like I'm not,
Bailey, she like, so middle of the night type deal.
Yeah.
That was, I'll get up in the middle of the night and I'll like hit a diaper. I'm like,
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there would be like I'd say, because the kids always woke up like twice for feedings throughout the night. So there was always at least like 2 dirty diapers right there. But just wake up and take the dirty bottles, throw the dirty diapers away and go on.
Oh, yeah.
So diaper or garbage, blue job.
Blue job.
I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes she does it like, cause like I'll be at work and like Nova will be like, oh, the garbage stinks. And then Bailey would just be like, all right, I'll take it.
See, there are times where I take out the garbage, obviously. But when I do it, there's a Mulan song that pops into my head every time I do it. And it's called like Make a Man Out of You or something.
Yeah, that's a banger though.
It's a banger, but that's what I think of. And I'm like, this motherfucker making me do his job right now, which he's not even home. So there's nothing he can do about it. But if I do take down like the garbages to street, like if it's, Monday night's garbage night, I make sure to let him know, like, hey, I did your job. Did you see that? And I think maybe Cody has helped me fold the kids' laundry like twice in his life. And that's it. Our oldest is 6. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're going into what's the worst advice you ever heard?
Worst advice I've ever heard. So this was actually from an uncle of mine. And he also used to own a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that everybody is replaceable. There's not one person that's irreplaceable in the bartender world. And at first I saw what he was saying, but I feel like that was the worst advice ever, because Cody and I are so blessed with the staff that we have down here.
Mm-hmm.
My sister being number one, I think she works more hours than we do these days. Like she's here all the time. Her boyfriend's here all the time. Our weekend bartenders, you guys, when you come down, it's the same people. You're seeing the same.
Shout out Hannah, shout out Kaylee.
Hey, you're seeing the same people Friday and Saturday nights. And even during the week, you're seeing Haley and Ben. And I don't think they're replaceable. I really don't. I've lost some good bartenders just because they've moved on to like more full-time jobs, or, they had families and things like that. And it sucks losing those bartenders, and even bouncers, and barbacks, can't forget about them. My staff has not changed down here in, I'd say like 8 years. And for example, Hannah, Hannah was our first Pearls bartender. When we took over Pearls, I went over to McCarthy and Bailey's because that's where she worked. And I was like, hey, I want you to work for me on Fridays and Saturday nights. And Hannah was our first one. And then Kaylee, she worked at Doc's, and we'd talk to her because Cody had known her, being Chase's friend and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hannah ended up leaving. I think it was after she had Nico. She, was like, I need a break from the bar, whatever. Totally got it. And then she ended up working down on 4th Street, and she reached back out or maybe I reached back out to her, and I was like, hey, I need another Pearls bartender. Like, do you want to come back? And she came back, and she's been with us since. And I feel like that just shows you kind of, Cody and I, we try to treat our employees as best as we can.
As family members.
As family members. I hate even calling them employees. We're literally a family down here. And when my uncle said that to me, I don't think it's true, because I really feel like my staff down here is irreplaceable. And the bar running the way that it does, and the drinks getting out as fast as they do, and just the seamlessness that we have is because of the staff that works here. And we are completely blessed by that.
Absolutely. What's the best advice you ever heard?
Best advice, it is going to go into motherhood. And I was working a party in Pearls one night, and a doctor was in that party, and I was pregnant with Doc at the time, and he told me Pampers for girls, Huggies for boys. And I didn't know what he meant by that. Obviously I knew he meant diaper wise, right? But I always had my girls in Pampers. That's just always what they wore. And so when Doc was born, we started putting him in Pampers, and he would pee through every pamper. I don't know why. I don't know if it was his little thingy pointing up or what it was, but we switched to Huggies. He never peed through them after that.
Hell yeah.
But the Huggies were too tight on the girls' thighs. So that's why I didn't use Huggies for them. But yeah, Pampers for girls, Huggies for boys.
All right, we're going to get you on this last question, okay?
Okay.
I want you, we told Cody the same exact thing. Take Quincy out of this and take me out of this. Just look at the camera. If today was your last day, what would be your last message to everyone?
My last message to everyone. All right. Love your loved ones as much as you can, and love yourself as much as you love them. Prioritize your health and your mental state, and just live life. Don't think too much about it. Just do what makes you feel right.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Anything else?
No more questions or anything. No.
No? Well,
The one thing, we want to thank you, Kayla. Thank you. And obviously we Cody too. You guys are amazing people. Inside and out, inside the bar, outside. You guys are awesome to be around. We loved having you guys on the pod. And if you have time to drink, stop by PBR on a weekday.
415 Pearl Street.
Come play on Pearl.
Come play on Pearl. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time. Good bartenders, good staff. They'll treat you like family. So, come take a drink.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
As always,
Take us away, Zay.
Oh. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you guys. This was a blast. It really was. Did I? Like I said, I am Alpha.